us, and is it detrimental? I feel that
the people now called Negroes are the most and the least understood of the world's people.
This term, Negro, demoralizes us, and is it detrimental? I feel that it doesn't give us any association past the slave ship.
I think that the first task of people of African descent, whether in the United States or in Africa or elsewhere, is to get rid of this slave named Negro.
This curious word Negro was seldom or never used in Africa itself. And this word has no meaning, or no worthwhile meaning at all, in Africa. I would doubt myself if it has any useful meaning anywhere else.
What is a Negro? A simple question, but the answer is not so simple. My name is Ossie Davis. I'm an actor and a writer, and the narrator of our series of programs on the history of the Negro people. I'm also a Negro. What is a Negro? In Africa, the word Negro has no meaning. In Brazil, a Negro is a man who's very poor and very black. And in the United States, a man who has any quantity of Negro blood, or whatever that is considered a Negro.
Are Negroes a race, a people, or a condition? Our programs will be asking this question in many ways and in many different settings. Our odyssey will take us throughout the world to Africa, where we will explore the relationship of American Negroes to the land of their origin. To Brazil, where we will ask, is Brazil a racial paradise? And throughout the United States. Our aim in this series is both a modest and an ambitious one. We will be asking many questions and perhaps answer only a few. For there is a vast ignorance of Negro history among whites and Negroes, and the job of filling this vacuum is massive. Do Negroes have a heritage and a tradition like the Greeks, the French, the Anglo-Saxons? Or are we something less, as others have portrayed us? Everywhere we have looked, we have seen Negroes as savage and barbaric, humble and self-sacrificing, scared and childish and inferior. And I remember as a kid coming from some of the pictures, and we spent the whole time from the motion picture house to home satirizing the Negro performances we saw in the film. Well, it was also an admission that somehow or other this was, to some degree, what we were. Now, these important and very, very impressionistic things that we got from these films did, to some degree, govern our behavior. When a Negro child goes into a movie, for instance, and sees himself or sees another Negro in an unfavorable light, he feels, to some degree, threatened. He feels uncomfortable, and a great deal of his laughing at that situation will be the kind of laughter that protects him. It's a nervous attack against him, his self, the way he looks at himself, the esteem with which he holds himself, and how he will rate with his fellows in the streets. You know, it's seeing something happen to you that you can't control, which leaves a scar, which leaves you feeling inadequate. You know, you don't feel loved. You're ashamed to look at yourself, ashamed to go home, ashamed to talk to the boys next door, ashamed even to ask these questions of your parents, although sometimes you do. It's a horrible situation, and sometimes we never get over that.
As a Negro, I honestly tried to believe that I was somebody, and I've always fought during my life to keep that feeling that I did have some value And I say value knowing what that word means. And there's been many a night in my life when I went to sleep and known very deep inside me that I really wasn't worth much.
I still do not really know what being a Negro is or what it means. It means that my skin is a little bit darker. It means that my cultural exposures have been somewhat different to other ethnic groups. It may even mean that as a human being, I might be more sensitive to need and despair.
Oh, yes, you know, that wish I was white kind of thing, when you begin to sort of get the feeling of difference, like maybe you're dirty, something's wrong. But there was that feeling, you know, so early you can't even remember where it started. I'm not over it yet. It's part of my American heritage.
We were told we were a people without a past and without a future. And Negro boys and girls learned before very long that they were something special.
You know, at an early age, as soon as you start school, you begin to catch on to the whole racial thing. But once you get into school, you begin to know it and know there's a difference and that the difference is against you.
There's no real reference to me as a Negro or to my father or any of the other Negroes who have contributed so much to the growth of the United States. And I really can't understand it.
I'll never forget the picture in the geography book of a couple of very ragged Africans, you know. Weeks before we got to the lesson, we were steeling ourselves for it. Some Negro child would find the picture first in the book before we got to the lesson and alert everyone. Look on page 22, you see what's there. And then we dreaded reaching that lesson because it was always something about the savages not knowing anything. And we had to sit there and hear this, and instinctively the white children would turn and look at the Negro children, you know, while this lesson was going on.
And so Africa became our shame and our torment. We were told that our past was barbarism and the white man our redeemer. Slavery was a sin, but salvation. Few of us had anything to look forward to. We were afraid to look back. In 1958, Lorraine Hansberry wrote a play, A Raisin in the Sun, that showed the conflicts created for American Negroes by their African past.
Well, what have we got tonight? You are now looking at what a well-dressed Nigerian woman would wear. Isn't that beautiful?
Hey, look, honey, we're going to the theater. We're not going to be in it, you know.
George, I don't like that. Do you expect this boy to go out with you looking like that? Well, now, that's up to George, if he's ashamed of his heritage.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Here we go again. A lecture on our African past, on our great West African heritage. In 1 second, you know, we're going to hear all about the great Ashanti empires, the Songhay civilizations, the sculpture of Benin, some poems in the Bantu, and then the whole monologue is going to end up with the word heritage. Let's face it, baby, your heritage ain't nothing but a bunch of raggedy spirituals in some grass huts.
Grass huts? Oh, you see, George, you think you would rather stand there in your splendid ignorance and know absolutely nothing about the people who were the first to smelt iron on the face of this earth while the Ashantis were performing surgical operations when the English were still tattooing themselves with blue dragons.
At the Heritage Program of How You Act, a federally sponsored effort to develop better opportunities for Harlem's Negro youth, a new version of African history is being taught. Robert Moore is a visiting lecturer.
Mr. Moore, do you think that the so-called Negro would dignify his identity by associating himself with his ancestral background from Africa?
After some 300 or 400 years of transplantation from Africa into America, it is obvious that we are not Africans anymore. We are Afro-Americans, Americans of African ancestry, and that connects us basically with our original heritage and culture.
The accomplishments of Africa before and after...
Director of the program is John Henrik Clark.
This accomplishment is generally glossed over or neglected in human history. A lot of this, the misconception of Africa and the distortion of African history is involved in a word that is relatively new, the word Negro, a kind of nickname that grew out of European laziness, the inability or the lack of a desire to give Africans their proper identity. In the period when the Europeans had to justify the exploitation of Africa and the demeaning of a whole people, they systematically started the effort to read the African out of human history.
A great deal of our ignorance of African history sits upon the old conservative racial discrimination and prejudice which we have had in Europe.
Basil Davidson is a British writer and historian on Africa.
States. It still sits upon the belief, perfectly unscientific, quite unbased in any scholarly discipline, that the Africans, that is to say, if you like, the Negroes, are people of some sort of inferiority to others and therefore have not been able to develop in the same way. Now, you know the great myth of the colonial era. The great myth took the shape of saying that the Africans, the Negroes, are children, and because they are children, it said, failing to develop, we, the Europeans, you, the Americans, must go in there and show them the way they should go, civilize them, introduce them to the blessings of orderly life.
Spiritual.
One of the misunderstandings, you see, about Africa is the apparently primitive material nature of their civilization. You look at these people living in these villages and you wonder, what is their past? Do they have a past? What lies behind it all? They have nothing but a few straw buildings, nothing but a few cattle. It seems quite inconsiderable. The Dinka, for example, have no stone in their country. They have almost no metal. Half their country is underwater half the year. They cannot build and could never possibly build an imposing material civilization, but their achievement was, of course, to learn how to master their environment, and this they have done with quite outstanding success, so that the outside picture, the superficial picture, gives no indication at all of the depth of their culture. These are the people who have mastered the problems of taming this difficult, vast continent with all its extraordinarily great obstacles to living, its swamps, its deserts, its mountains, and its forests. The story of Africa over the last 2,000 years has been one of quite epic dimensions.
Africa. Endless deserts, scorching and windswept by day, bitterly cold at night. And the Sahara, the world's largest desert, a harsh, bleak expanse of land challenging anyone to cross it. Snow-capped mountains near the equator, gigantic waterfalls. In the jungle, mists and rain almost daily. These were some of the barriers to penetration. To the outside world, it was the dark continent, a land of mystery, where stories were spread of giants and dwarfs, a people whose heads grew under their arms, of monstrous animals. It is here, in this forbidding other world, that what may be the remains of the first man were discovered. In 1959, in Tanganyika, a scientific expedition had been digging for weeks in the sun-baked earth, looking for traces of the earliest man. Then, in July, Dr. Louis Leakey and his team found what he called Zinjanthropus, nicknamed the Nutcracker Man because of the strength of his jaws.
Louis Leakey.
He was about 600,000 years old, and maybe the creature that makes Africa the real cradle of mankind. The records of ancient Africa begin with Egypt about 3000 BC. Its spectacular achievements of the monumental pyramid and brooding sphinx have always been credited to Asia and the Mediterranean. But there is growing evidence that Egypt owes more than originally thought to the land to the south, Kush.
Kush,
the
Nubia.
land of the Negroes. About 700 BC, Kushite kings conquer Egypt and become the 25th dynasty. Little is known today about the land of Kush, but in the ancient world, it was highly respected. In 1791, the French philosopher Count de Valny wrote of the Kushites, a people now forgotten, discovered while others were yet barbarians, the elements of arts and the sciences. Then, in about 325 AD, Kush is attacked and destroyed and disappears from our view. For the rest of Africa, there is little we can say for certain. Except for the Kushites, Africans had no writing. They kept in their memories the history of their people. Stories narrated down from generation to generation. This oral tradition must tell us much of the history that will fill the gaps in our knowledge.
In the Western Sudan, Negro kingdoms arise in the medieval periods of walled and fortified cities, markets, and fairs. Ghana is the earliest of these civilizations, going back to 300 AD.
In the 8th century, an Arab writer tells us that the Arabs sent an expedition to this pagan land of gold. African markets, the main source of gold before the discovery of America. Then, about 1067, Arabs from the north, fired by their new faith, storm into the Western Sudan. After years of fighting, the Arabs conquer Ghana and settle there. From this time on, trans-Saharan caravan trade flourishes. And with the trade comes Islam. Islam spreads through West Africa. When Europe was going through a so-called Dark Ages, Muslim culture is the main advancement of human knowledge. Most important of all, a written language comes to the Western Sudan. Almost all that we know about these kingdoms was preserved for us by Arab and Negro scholars of that time. Around the 12th century, Ghana gives way to the empire of Mali. In 1324, King Mansa Musa makes a pilgrimage to Mecca with a caravan of 60,000 people. An Arab traveler arriving in Mali in 1353 wrote, "The Negroes have a greater abhorrence of injustice than any other people. Neither traveler nor inhabitant of this land has anything to fear from robbers or men of violence." Could the same be said of the 14th century England or France? The Kingdom of Songhai, most famous for its university, the fabled Timbuktu. Students and scholars from all over the world came here to study. A Moorish traveler wrote, "More profit is made from the book trade than from all other branches of commerce."
If we ask ourselves a little more nearly, what have been the cultural contributions of African peoples to the rest of the world, then of course we are faced immediately with the remarkably original and outstanding quality of their plastic arts. The most important art in Africa has of course been dancing. And dancing has passed into the folklore of the whole of the rest of the world from its African origins. If you go to places like Brazil or the West Indies or the southern United States, you will find African dances still being danced there, though of course in different circumstances and therefore in somewhat different ways. But the whole concept
I'm letting them get too far.
as being an
too far, y'all. Now check this out. I've been trying. Them motherfuckers won't let me. They won't let me do my green screen, y'all. But check it out. I've been trying to let it go. That wasn't just dancing, Precious Brown. You got to peep what they doing. Them and see, those are the dough gun. See, I had did a video in the teaching on the dough gun. All of those dances they doing, all of that shit means something. Those artifacts they got on their head, all of that means something. The headdress they wearing, that's why I said we're gonna get there and all that. But this is why I stopped though. This is what made me stop. Nah, war dances, Chris White. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Them boys, they were like into the star worship, celestial worship, and all that. But you made me forget why I stopped now. This is why I stopped. Man, ain't it amazing to y'all that these people could tell us that they came and civilized some people who were already civilized? How can you come and civilize somebody when you uncivilized yourself, man? I'm lost, man, for real. But watching this, it kind of showed me how, you know, it made brothers ashamed of stuff, and I see why people run from this. But this the coldest thing homie said right here, y'all. And a lot of people still can't make these connections. And this guy, this Caucasian guy, made the connection. What did he just say? He just said, from Brazil to South America to everywhere, you can see these same African religions, these same traditions, these same belief systems. Man, that should be self-explanatory by itself. But everybody keep running from that because of how they dressed it up and made people be ashamed of it. Hey, man, I'm not sorry for nothing. Nah, you good, Chris. You good. I figured. I remember.
Expression of the personality, and not simply a wiggling of the body. And a wiggling of the body is all that most Europeans can achieve. But an expression of the personality, this comes from the African concept of dancing. More obvious is the tradition of plastic art. A large number of African peoples have developed forms of sculpture in wood, or in stone, or in ivory, or in brass, or bronze, or iron, or gold, which are of great effectiveness and great originality. And this too, of course, is passed into the general Western tradition of pictorial art, and to some extent of plastic art as well.
The remarkable art of Benin and Ife. The bronzes of Benin were said to be worthy of Cellini. Europe was amazed at the discovery that Africans could perform such an impressive creation of bronze casting. African sculpture burst upon the European...
I don't know, let me stop this right quick, because I don't know how nobody else might look at this, but so you mean to tell me that these people that can make these bronze masks, and that's where, you know, my DNA go back to, Cameroon and Benin. That's why I speak so vocally about some things. So you mean to tell me these people had enough sense to know how to melt down iron and make intricate masks, but you're going to tell me that these people needed to be civilized? Hey, Jack, that's one of the biggest jokes ever. And but watch this. Oh yeah, that what I was saying about that little head, the head wire and stuff that's made out of wood that the Dogon had on. If I'm correct, Chris, when they wore that, when they did that dance right there, that was like a burial dance or ceremonial dance after somebody had died, man. I'm gonna look it up, man. We're gonna pull it up together, make sure I'm right. But from what I know, that's what I remember. But the Dogon, man, those are some of the most interesting people out of Africa, if you ask me, man. And I ain't saying nobody gotta just act like they're 100% something, but what's wrong with knowledge? What's wrong with learning? If it's something wrong with learning, you are not apologetically black. You not apologetically African. You apologizing for being black if you scared to learn about black stuff. For real, you apologizing for being black, Jack. For real. And I'm not. Yeah.
World. It became a major influence in the modern movement. Picasso, Braque, Modigliani, Leger, found in African sculpture a freedom and a vitality they had been searching for. Here was no slavish imitation of nature, something the camera could do better, but a new and fresh way of looking at the world behind the appearance.
I'm sorry.
We have only skimmed the surface. I'm sorry.
It's almost done. We're gonna talk like
that Africans could perform such an impressive
extent of plastic art as well.
The remarkable art of Benin and Ife. The bronzes of Benin were said to be worthy of Cellini. Europe was amazed at the discovery that Africans could perform such an impressive creation of bronze casting. African sculpture burst upon the European art world. It became a major influence in the modern movement. Picasso, Braque, Modigliani, Leger, found in African sculpture a freedom and a vitality they had been searching for. Here was no slavish imitation of nature, something the camera could do better, but a new and fresh way of looking at the world behind the appearance.
We have only skimmed the surface of the history of African civilizations, and there are wide gaps in our knowledge. Among the riddles of ancient Africa are, where did the Negro come from? What happened to the Cushites after their defeat? Where did the sculptors of Benin learn their remarkable skills? We haven't even begun to penetrate some of these mysteries. Yet, growing knowledge and interest in Africa is rediscovering a world we never knew. And many Negroes are examining for the first time the values that were lost.
My name is Eula Mazik, and I'm addressing my question to Mr. Clark. I want to know what happened to the so-called Negro culture in America.
The most tragic destruction of African culture was the destruction of the African culture brought to these shores, brought to America's shores. Now, the first thing they did was to forbid the drum, forbid all African ceremonies, forbid African ornaments, literally to destroy a people in such a manner that they had to be remade in American image. This was not exactly true in the West Indies. It was slavery, make no mistake about it. But because it was on in Ireland, many of the Africans could communicate with each other and maintain some of the African culture, while in the United States it was impossible, because as they arrived, mother, brother, sister were split up, and they went in opposite directions. Then they were resold. They might have been resold within a matter of days after they were sold the last time.
So in America, I play different.
To keep track of each other. And it was difficult for a continuity to be maintained in African culture. This was the beginning of the fragmenting of our family in this country. It was also the beginning of the demeaning and the negation of the masculinity of the black male in America. This demeaning of our culture and this reading us out of the commentary of human history has left deep psychological scars. What we are trying to do now is a massive job of rebuilding the inside, the spirits, the hopes, the history, the culture of a people. We're trying to restore those values that have been taken away. And we're trying to get across to black youth that they have a part to play in the making of a new world. They have the imagination, they have the energy. You must first restore that part of yourself that has been negated by oppression. It is as essential to you as bread and water. It is part of the food that must feed your spirit in the world of tomorrow. And it is part of what you will have to transfer to your children.
Yeah, man, I think that was pretty deep right there, man. But like, it be stuff like that. That's why I say they should have been teaching us about a lot of this old stuff when we was younger, because that's what lead to a lot of us being so lost right now, man. A lot of us had no idea about certain shit. So when you bring it to them now, it's almost too late. It's like shit. People trying to figure out, hey, man, I'm over here in America now. I can be whatever the fuck I want to be, and I get that, but hey, man, some of us gonna try to hold on and figure out, because it's so much to learn. If you ask me, bro, it's like a never-ending story, a never-ending search. Like if you're somebody that like to learn and shit, hey, man, learn about your own shit, learn about yourself. It's a never-ending search. It's so much information, bro, that we've been lied to about. It's never too late. But I told Chris I was gonna look at about the Dogon. I said that was a ceremonial. I want to make sure I didn't lie to you, bro. I'm gonna look that up. I said it was a ceremonial headdress, like after funerals and stuff. I want to make sure, because and then if I'm wrong, I want to correct myself. For real. And then I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show it with everybody. I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I ain't doing no tricky shit, none of that, y'all. I'm just sharing the shit with y'all that I learned. Okay, I got it right here. Let me share my screen. I ain't gonna play no game with y'all. I like to learn, and I like to try to learn the right way with people. I don't want to lie to people and tell y'all a whole bunch of cute stories and stuff. A bunch of rhyme and shit to make y'all think I'm cool. No, I want the truth. We want to talk about the truth, Jack. Okay, say it's a Dogon headdress. Oh, no, that ain't the one. Well, I guess it's a lot of them. Let me go to the picture of the one they had on so I can see. I want to make sure I picked the right one. I don't want to bullshit you. It was the one right there with the wood on it. Kanga mask. Oh, damn, they selling them, nigga. I'm about to buy one. I don't want to buy now. Okay, got one in the Brooklyn Museum. Let's see what they say in the Brooklyn Museum, y'all. Kanga, the mask called Kanga. What does it say? Masks may be used at funeral ceremonies to honor and commemorate the dead as they enter the ancestral realm. Dogon dancers perform the Kanga mask at Dharma ceremonies honoring the dead. Okay, I get it, man. Yeah, man, I don't be wanting like, hey, bro, I learn sometime as we going. What does it say? For real. And it's some stuff, damn, hold on. Then there's some stuff I know and I can remember, but bro, you can't remember all that stuff all the time. And sometimes I think I might make a mistake. That's why I say shit. Let's look it up together, shit, for real. Let's look it up together. And that's what it was, the ceremonial mask. Hey, man, I'll be trying to learn, for real, Precious Brown. I don't want to act like I'm stuck on nothing and I know nothing. And sometimes, y'all, like, this is what I had to learn. When you call yourself knowing a lot, sometimes it's best. Sometimes you have to be quiet. And it's sad, Precious. It's sometimes, Anthony, what's good? It's sometimes when you be trying to talk to people and build with people, sometimes you can't even say everything you know because, man, a lot of people can't take everything. Like, okay, I'm going to give y'all somebody. Do y'all know who Robert Smalls is? Anybody in the chat? Do anybody know who brother Robert Smalls is? This is somebody Kanye West definitely don't know nothing about. I'm going to wait on you. I'm going to wait on somebody. Do anybody know who Robert Smalls is? Off the East Coast, black man. Anybody? So okay. Y'all somebody gonna Google it. Let me show y'all some interesting stuff, man, about a guy. And I'm going, bro. I ain't doing no fancy shit, y'all. Look, I'm going straight to Google. I ain't doing no fancy shit. But since it's Black History Month, and I say I'm unapologetically black, I should have tagged the brother Robert Smalls in here. But this is somebody, y'all, I feel like we all should have learned about. This is the guy I feel like we should. I'm going to put his picture up here. And then I'm going to talk about the brother. No, y'all give me the wrong one. Hold on. If y'all don't know who Robert Smalls is, that's one of the names. That's somebody y'all need to know, man. For real. Let's see. Let me share the screen. I should have left my damn screen up. Hey, man, what's that? Melanated, man. Yeah, he was a black man. I'm finna give y'all Robert Smalls' story, but I want y'all to see the picture before I show y'all who I'm talking about. Real OG. I put a post on my page. I shared a picture. And I told guys, if y'all think y'all a gangster, y'all ain't gangster. This is what a real gangster look like. Do y'all hear me? This guy right here. Somebody take the name down or whatever, man. Robert Smalls, Jack. Yes, Binky, you're right, former. Yes, Binky, you got that. But watch this. Let me get deep on y'all. Let me show you how he became who he became right quick. Let me show y'all how he became who he became, Binky. Watch this. Rock with y'all, boy, man. All right, Angela Vale. Hey, I know history class shouldn't go like this, y'all. But I'm on a mission to make history look cool, you dig? So this is how I'm gonna do my history lesson. Yeah, I'm on a mission to make history look cool. I want people to know, hey man, you can know history and still be cool. Watch this. Brother Robert Smalls. When let me see, when did it say he was born? I want to get the years right because I don't want to lie to y'all. I don't want to lie to y'all about Brother Robert Smalls. I think he was born in 1830 something. Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. When was Robert Smalls born? He was born in 1838, right? And so I'm gonna try to give as much backstory as I can. Robert Smalls was born in 1838, right? Watch this, Chrissy. Let me tell y'all about Robert Smalls, 1339. Thank you, brother. Watch this. I'm finna tell y'all about Robert Smalls and why they didn't tell us about this guy and why I feel like y'all should know about Robert Smalls. First of all, Robert Smalls, yes, he was he got into politics. He became a Republican and all that. But the backstory and how he became that Republican is way, 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 way better. Watch this, man. He was in was it South Carolina? I'm before the Confederate ship. I'm talking about like that. I want to get where he was born at, man. Hold on. I don't think I make sure it was South Carolina. Whatever it was a Confederate state. He was down here with us. I don't want to say it wrong. I said South Carolina. Let me make sure I'm right, y'all. Damn, my shit ain't lit. But y'all can look it up. But watch this. This the story, man. So this man was so great. Not only was he such a good worker when he was young. Okay, let me go. I'm gonna take y'all back farther than that. His father, the plant South Carolina. Okay, I'll make sure. Thank you, Brave. Y'all see, I'm trying to be totally honest with y'all, homie. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm trying to be totally honest with y'all. So watch this. This young man, Robert Smalls, this black man, his father was the slave owner. You know what I'm saying? You know how your mama might be the slave owner's favorite. The slave owner like to mess with your mama, but a lot of times slave owners had kids by they slaves or whatever. So watch this. Brother Robert Smalls, he was one of the children, right? So he got to stay in the house. So I felt like that made him look at things from another side of life. You know what I'm saying? On no picture make him look real black, but he had like kind of reddish hair on him, right? Beaufort, South Carolina. You're right. Okay, thank you. Watch this. So Robert Smalls, when he was young, he worked on his plantation where he kind of had his way. Think about that. If you was I'm the slave master's son, even though I'm black, I'm not gonna get treated like the rest of y'all in the field. So I think his mother kind of felt like that was making him be a little spoiled or something. So she decided to he was getting in trouble, so she decided to ask the master to move Mr. Robert Smalls, the little boy, when he was about 12, 13, off the plantation to get him somewhere else. But they sent him to go work in other places, right? And he found out what the slaves really was going through. So he didn't know about all of the turmoil that was going on the real plantations until he actually went to one to work on one. Long story short, the guy was a hell of a worker, man. He got money. He was real skilled. So this story lead into him. This the good part right here, man. This the part I want to talk about. And let me get my years right. I think it was 1861. So he was born in 1838, so he was about 30. He had a nice family or whatever, but he kept trying to go to his master. Y'all know back then you could buy your freedom or whatever, right? If you had enough money, you could buy your freedom. So he saved money. But the weird part, even though he was working on the ship and he was away from the plantation, you still have to send your money, your tribute back to your plantation, right? To in order for it not to be no problem. Like you could work abroad because he was who his father was, right? So, bro, this man, 1861, he found they weren't gonna give him his freedom. He tried to buy it, they wouldn't give it to him. So 1861, this man stole a boat, bro. He stole a steamer. He stole a big boat. I got a picture of it. If y'all need to, I'll pull out the boat. I'll pull out the picture. Hey, man, Robert Smiles stole one of the Confederate boats. He stole one of the ships. He had his family. He had everybody on the ship. He didn't tell everybody that worked with him because some of them niggas was sellouts or coons. So Robert Smiles got his family together, y'all. He got his homeboys' families together that was on the ship with him. He stole the ship. This was right when the Civil War was starting, right? So he stole the ship. He sailed past the guards. They had these hand signs that you had to use if you was if you was one of the soldiers. He put on the captain's suit and all this. He went through. He threw the signs and played like, goddamn me, he was one of them, and he got his family and a lot of other families to freedom. So watch this. Tell me that ain't gangster. You hear me? You hear me? Watch it, Chris. It's on YouTube. They got a bunch of them on YouTube. Watch this. This man stole the motherfucking Confederate ship from the Confederate Army with his family and his crew members' families and took them into safety, man. Took them into freedom. So watch this. Not only did he do that, y'all, this finna get real fly on y'all. See, this is why they didn't tell y'all about this guy. When he got to the north, guess what he told them? He told them, they say he went to go meet Abraham Lincoln. He brought the Confederate ship and everything. You got to understand, to the Union, that was a hell of a prize to have a slave. Hey, man, we got a runaway slave. He got one of y'all ships with guns, ammunition, all of that on there. And he done brung it to the Union Army. Hey, Jack, what's up, Dez? Say, nigga, that's some gangster shit right there, man. But wait, they say he went to go meet Abraham Lincoln, right? Abraham Lincoln had to meet him. Abraham Lincoln was like, man, who is this nigga? This nigga's a fool, right? So when Abraham Lincoln met him, they say Abraham Lincoln laid down and asked him, sir, what made you risk your family and what made you risk your friends' family and stuff like you did? Hey, man, Robert Smile linked over and told Abraham Lincoln, they say one word, homie, freedom. Say freedom. He said that's what made him do it, man, freedom. And after this, hey, man, that's how he ended up being part of a Republican. That's how he ran from the South, went up there, went in the North, and became somebody special, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. That's the moral of the story to me, man. For real. Robert Smiles, man. So what y'all so do y'all think down south in Texas or Louisiana or any of this shit, do y'all Alabama, Mississippi, do y'all actually think they would have taught us this story in school? Man, y'all know they wouldn't have taught us that shit in school, man. Yeah, but they won't let us know nothing like that. That we have guys like Robert Smile stealing boats and going and joining the Union Army and helping them fight against the Confederate. They didn't want. That's a disgrace to the South on the cool. For real, y'all let these people handle y'all like that. Hey, man, Robert Smiles, man, that's one of the people, bro. I need to make me a little documentary on this nigga, man, for real. I mean, on this guy. I need to make a little presentation or something, but man, there's so many people, y'all. Y'all just don't know. There's so many great black people like that I got in my mind, man. I'll be trying to think of other people to tell y'all about. And hey, sometimes I can't think. It's so many, man. Like, that's why when I see these people showing y'all stuff like artifacts and they'll lie like it's not what it is, and I'll be knowing the truth. That's why I speak on it. For real. That's why I'll be exposing a bunch of that bull. Because, bro, I am really amazed how our people won't go and find out this shit for ourselves. if it's our history, man, no disrespect to nobody. But when you learn in history, if you don't start with today and go back, man, you tripping. You got people try to hop all the way over to Egypt. You got motherfuckers try to hop all the way over to China and everywhere else, but they can't tell you what happened 50 years ago right here, man. For real. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We are who we are, man. The messed up conditions that we in, hey, man, that's us. That's really our story, man. We accept that shit and move forward home, man. King God, shout out to the scientists, King God. But that's, hey, y'all, that is really our story, man. People be trying to backtrack and run for shit. Sometimes I let people make it. But when they keep on going and keep on going, because I have no problem with nobody having no different beliefs and all that. If we just talking beliefs, that's cool. You can do all the belief talking you want. But when we start talking about real shit and reality, hey, man, you better pack your motherfucking books or pack your jacket. Because reality, it don't bend, it don't fold. It don't look like it's tawny. It don't look like it's copper color. None of that shit, man. The truth is the truth. For real. Candace, what's happening, Candace? And then, bro, we got people that color shit that people try to play on y'all, show y'all pictures, and a lot of times that's called lookership, pictureship. Because a lot of time them people in them pictures, they be showing y'all not even who the fuck they tell y'all who it is. This is called hiding your hand. That's the type of teaching a lot of these people do on here, man. They be lying. They're not gonna pull up Google and show you what it means. These people so crazy on YouTube, they'll try to tell you a word don't mean what the fuck it mean if you ain't careful. For real. But since I had another one queued up to play, I was gonna wait a minute, but then since nobody tap in, I'm gonna keep it going. But like I just said, hey man, I'm cool, I'm a hood guy and all that, but I'm unapologetically motherfucking black, homie. The people who got a problem with being black, you're gonna have a problem with me. Because my shit gonna come from a black point of view at all time. And I ain't bowing down to nothing. And if y'all feel like y'all got some little groups y'all be in and y'all think them niggas information is the shit, send them over here, man. Yeah, send them over here and let's talk about this shit for real, man. Because, hey, man, I hate to see people. Nigga Tupac say, what did he play on this album? It wasn't Tupac, but he put on the Malcolm X. Who told you that you were supposed to be ashamed of being black? Like, what? Who told us that? Where did we get that from? Who told us to be who told these niggas they supposed to be ashamed of being black? Niggas run around this bitch trying to be Pocahontas and everything. Let me play this before I get on in too much, man. They gonna piss me off. Nigga, you a Mexican, nigga. Hey, and Will, if I'm a Mexican, you a whole European gypsy, nigga.
The following program is from NET, the National Educational Television Network.
Hey, fuck that nigga done fucked up. I was finna play that. Nah. Hey, since he said what he said, now he finna get this work. Now he finna get this work. Let me go to my channel. You did? Nigga, I can do a history lesson off my channel. I ain't got to go to nobody else's channel. You did? Watch this. I ain't talking about Mexico. You ain't see, this is what I know about people. They don't know how to make that connection. Because I don't think y'all just heard what the brother said. The brother said, you're going to see that African connection. So y'all gonna learn how to put two and two together fucking with me. The homie just said, you can see the African connection in Brazil, Peru, South America, everywhere. So this is what I want to ask y'all right quick before I get to what I'm going. One of you real smart, educated brothers, somebody help me out right quick. Yeah, one of you smart, educated brothers, help me out right quick. What is a Mexican? Coach, what is a Mexican? Because just like us, it's no country called, it's no race called Negro. It's no race called Mexican either. What is a Mexican? What is a Mexican? Somebody tell me, what's a Mexican? What makes up a Mexican? Like what makes up a Negro? What makes up a Mexican? Because a Mexican is not original. No disrespect to the Mexicans, but they know their history is with the Mayans, the Incas, on down with the say. What is a Mexican? Shit. Indian conquistador mix. Yeah, I like that. That ain't all though, Aunt Will. I like your answer. That's true. That's why they talk Spanish. Like a lot of people don't even realize that's why they talk Spanish, Jack. Shit, you talk Spanish, that's where the language comes from. Now watch this, Banky. I'm finna watch this. Banky, watch this game. I'm finna give him right quick, man. See, if when I share my screen, if he was smooth, he'll be reading that shit I got at the top of the screen. He would already know that wasn't no good joke. Come on, man. Let me search this shit right quick. Bro, what is a Mexican? I need somebody to tell me what is a Mexican, because I'm finna give it to y'all. Gaspar Yanga. That's the first name I'm gonna hit you with. Gaspar Yanga. In Mexico. Let me look. Let me scroll through my channel right quick and see what I got for this young brother. I keep telling y'all, man. That's why I be traveling, man. I keep telling y'all we've been bamboozled. We've been hoodwinked, y'all. I swear to God, man, we've been lied to. We've been led astray, man. Do y'all know what Muskogo is? Do y'all know what a Muskogo is? Have anybody ever heard the term Muskogos? And like all this shit is like old shit in my videos, man. Do anybody know what a Muskogo is? M-O-S-C-O-G-O, a Muskogo. Damn, I didn't know I had this many goddamn videos. I thought that shit was right here. Okay, I'm gonna let that. I don't know if nobody know what a Muskogo is, but I'm down show finna tell y'all off my channel. I ain't going to nobody else's channel this time. This is some shit I already had keyed up. That nigga say, you're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret that, and watch this. Let me show y'all what a Muskogo is, man, because I don't think y'all know this about what y'all call Mexico and South America and all this shit, right? I'm not sure if y'all aware of this, but all of those border towns around South America and Mexico, all of those border towns is full of Africans, man. Do y'all hear me? See, them niggas ain't gonna tell y'all that shit. Another nigga ain't gonna tell y'all that. Y'all say, King guys, they gonna make me put my cash app in this motherfucker, man. Hold on, wait. Where my balance at? Hold on. Make it make sense, man. Yeah. Let me put my banner on there, man. Yeah, watch this. This off my page. This ain't no other shit, man. But watch this, y'all. All of them border towns in Mexico are full of Africans. They didn't tell y'all that in school because they didn't want y'all to know that. So y'all had to come to Kimbo school. Y'all, you see this video right here, man? This video right here is a very informational video, educational video. The Spanish Muskogos, the Seminoles, Black runaway slaves, the Trail of Tears, John Horse, and Mexico connection. since I like y'all and since I fuck with y'all, I'm going to share this with y'all. I froze? No, I ain't push play yet, bro. I ain't freeze. Watch this, man. Watch this. I'll tell you, all those border towns are full of African black people, man. And then also, people try to act like it wasn't no Africans in the Trail of Tears. I got them too. And people try to act like the Indians wasn't in Florida and they wasn't the Seminoles. I got them too in this video, man. Yeah.
As they hid from the white men who wanted to put them back in shackles.
Huh?
These slaves had first fled to Florida, which was then owned by the Spanish, who generally allowed escaped slaves to live as free men and women. Some lived alongside members of the Seminole.
Okay, I'm good now. That's what I was trying to see.
Families who spoke and prayed in English as they hid from the white men who wanted to put them back in shackles.
Come on, man, move.
These slaves had first fled to Florida, which was then owned by the Spanish, who generally allowed escaped slaves to live as free men and women.
Damn, my shit froze on this side.
Seminole tribe and eventually became known as Black Seminoles, or in Spanish, Mascobos. Because of the mixed Afro-Indian heritage, many Black Seminoles were considered indigenous under U.S. law.
Man, I need to go back.
The Negro label. However, what they weren't able
I need to go back. My shit tripping, y'all.
The U.S. took control of Florida in 1821.
I got to do it again, y'all. That motherfucker started tripping, right? Shit. I got to start over. Y'all don't know why I wouldn't. That was, it was starting from the middle. I wasn't at the beginning. It was starting from the middle, y'all. I want y'all to see this one because y'all understand. People think I just be banging on certain people or whatever. No, I just read the book you didn't read. That's all. That's all that means. I probably read a book that they didn't read. Or my comprehension was different. That's all that means, man. Oh, shit. I got it on 2 pages. That one was tripping. I'm going to go on, see if it let me do it. Play that motherfucker off my other page. That motherfucker got no views. Look, this is off my other page, y'all. It ain't got no views, but watch how good the video is, though. Y'all going to be like, damn, that's crazy. People be sleeping on good information. All right, let me share the screen again. Well, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man, because I'm moving fast as I can, y'all. Y'all know y'all teachers smoke that weed, man. Y'all teachers smoke that kush. I'm just gonna sit back and let this play, y'all. I ain't gonna keep talking.
Prayed in English as they hid from the white men who wanted to put them in schools. These slaves had first.
Okay, let's get it, y'all.
Families who spoke and prayed in English as they hid from the white men who wanted to
spoke and prayed in English.
These slaves had first fled to Florida, which was then owned by the Spanish, who generally allowed escaped slaves to live as free men and women. Some lived alongside members of the Seminole tribe and eventually became known as Black Seminoles, or in Spanish, Mascobos. Because of the mixed Afro-Indian heritage,
it's on the Kimbo Greedy 1, 2, 3.
Considered indigenous under U.S. law and avoided the Negro label. However, what they weren't able to escape was the Negro treatment.
Right. Y'all hear that?
Took control of Florida in 1821. 9 years later, President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian.
Man, I don't think. Let me go back, man, because I don't. Let me remix this. Let me chop and screw it, because I don't think y'all heard it, man.
From the white men who wanted to put them back in shackles. The families who spoke.
So what they say? They hear from who? Both of them was hiding from the white man. Was trying to put both of them in shackles, man.
And prayed in English as they hid from the white men who wanted to put them back in shackles. These slaves had first fled to Florida, which was then owned by the Spanish, who generally allowed escaped slaves to live as free men and women. Some lived alongside members of the Seminole tribe and eventually became known as Black Seminoles, or in Spanish, Mascobos. Because of the mixed Afro-Indian heritage, many Black Seminoles were considered indigenous under U.S. law and avoided the Negro label. However, what they weren't able to escape was the Negro treatment. The U.S. took control of Florida in 1821. 9 years later, President Andrew Jackson signed the Indian Removal Act, which forced Native tribes in the Southeast, including the Mascobos, along the Trail of Tears to Oklahoma. The forced move of the Seminoles and the Black Seminoles.
So I thought they said it was just Indians in the Trail of Tears. Where are the Native Americans when you need them? I thought they said it was only, man, let me play the video.
From Florida to Indian Territory, they found themselves once again vulnerable to Southern slaveholders. In July 1850, 309 Mascobos escaped to Mexico, where slavery had been abolished decades earlier, crossing the border near what is now Eagle Pass, Texas.
So this ought to be a, hey, Aunt, Lord knows, Coach. See, this is why I put this history together right there. Because I know about Eagle Pass. I know about all of this. I know about my Texas part of it. And somebody challenged me to find out what I could find out about my Texas part. And this tripped me out.
A group led by Seminole Sub-Chief Wildcat and Black Seminole Chief John Horse, also known as Juan Caballo, moved to northern Mexico. The group settled at El Nacimiento in 1852, where they shared their duties as military colonists with a group of Kickapoo Indians who had accompanied them in the States. As they had in Florida and Oklahoma, the Black members of the Seminoles settled in their own village, close to that of their Seminole allies. They worked.
John Horse. That's another name to look up. Yeah. John Horse. Yeah. Lone Ranger. Yeah, the Lone Ranger. Yeah. He not the actual Lone Ranger, but he was a Lone Ranger now. Not Bill Blass, but John Horse. Man, beautiful history.
For the Mexican government to protect against Indian raids. Many of the Seminoles died from smallpox, and many of those remaining eventually returned to the United States along with some of the Black Seminoles. While many Mascobos were lured back to the U.S. after slavery ended, for those that stayed, the fight to preserve their culture lives on 160 years after their
Play with me.
in Mexico. Since then, their vocabulary has dissipated, replaced by the Spanish of northern Mexico. Doubts destroyed their farms. Drug cartels have inched closer to their village of Nacimiento de los Negros, whose name translates to Birth of the Blacks. The Mascobos celebrate Juneteenth.
Hold on, what is called Birth of the who? No, y'all missed that.
Celebrate Juneteenth.
Oh shit. They celebrate what?
To their village of Nacimiento de los Negros, whose name translates to Birth of the Blacks.
But y'all gonna sit here and let these people tell y'all, no, we ain't them. We keep playing with me if y'all want to. Where these niggas teachers at, man? Roz, Binky, where these niggas teachers at, man? That's who I'm looking for. Bring me they teachers. I'm gonna show y'all they full of shit. I'm gonna show y'all they lying to these people, just like these rappers, man. I noticed a lot of niggas who be teaching on here used to be in the entertainment industry some kind of way. Them niggas is WWF on knowledge, man. They not telling the truth. They trying to tell people what's going to amaze them. All that old shit. Oh, that sound arm, head, leg, arm, head. Oh, that sound good. Nigga, that ain't even Allah. It's not even in English. It's in fucking Arabic. Arm, head, leg, arm. Man, they got me with that shit when I was a kid.
The Mascobos celebrate Juneteenth, the holiday on June 19th that commemorates the abolition of slavery in the U.S. During the festivities, the community is visited by family members and Black Seminoles from Brackettville, Texas. Mascobo traditional dishes.
That's what that pros and cons stop.
De la pun, bread made from camote,
Camote.
Nocillo empanadas, and pan de mortero. The traditional costume of the Muskoka woman is a long polka-dotted dress,
like the slave lady.
Tied around the head.
Thank you. We see the people over here, they're living over here. That's in the end, all the kind of people. Es que no queremos dejar el costumbre, que no se dejar el tiempo, no se olvide el costumbre de nosotros, como nosotros tuvimos de nuestros abuelos, de nuestros padres. Ya estamos parteadas, como quiera, pero como quiera, aunque sea un poquito. Nosotros nos llamamos los negros más pobres.
No, Memphis Fed. Hey, watch this, y'all. Hey. See, I know even reading books take a lot of time, and even going through YouTube looking for educational videos when it's so much fun stuff, so much mess, rappers getting shot every day, the brat getting pregnant. I know it'd be so much information, man, but I'm here for y'all. Let me, goddamn me, let me use me to find y'all information, man. I got time. This is what I do. This is what I love. For real. For real. They fight, man. These people, see, we don't even know about these people in Mexico and South America that got the same struggle as us, bro. So sometimes when y'all meet these people that y'all call Mexicans or whatever, see, I'm gonna give y'all my point of view on it. These people that y'all calling Mexicans, who are the ones who actually are the Indians. Now, hey, man, hey, I'm going to give it to you like Jesus gave it to Moses before he came into Egypt and he stole it, man. Yeah, man, I'm going to say it one more time, North Memphis, because I know you like that one, man. I'm going to give it to you like Jesus gave it to Moses before he came into Egypt and he stole it, man. Watch this. Y'all don't understand why when y'all meet some of these people of another race, I'm going to say Latin race, real older people, either they be extra nice or they be extra racist. It's because they from down there. They know this history. We don't know it. Have y'all ever heard about the black grandmama in the closet? Hey, have y'all ever heard about ask any Mexican person about the black grandmother in the closet, man? Have y'all ever heard about the black grandmother in the closet? Yeah, that picture that they don't put out, they keep it in the closet in a lot of their houses. Yeah, man. The grandmama probably be from the mama side, most likely. Yeah. Yeah. Ask them about that grandmama in the closet.
Estamos orgullosas, ¿verdad? Me siento orgullosa de ser negra, de pertenecer a esa sangre de negro.
As of 2016, the only pure Muskogo was 85-year-old Lucia Vasquez, this being a result of frequent outmarriage in the community. According to Homero Vasquez, an elderly Muskogo whose mother was from Chihuahua, starting in the 1930s, there was an influx of farmers to the region, resulting in an increase of marriage with outsiders. There was significant migration to other parts of Mexico and the United States of the young people of el nacimiento due to a lack of opportunities. Afro-Seminole Creole is used for the capeyuye and is spoken mostly by the elderly.
Soy negra, fea, pero claridosa.
Man, let me chop and screw her one time. Let me chop and screw her one time.
Con mis madres vinieron mis abuelos de allá con ella de muchacha, corriendo de Estados Unidos, cuando corrieron los indios, por allá de Florida, creo yo que de esclavitud. Nomás dijo, we're on. corrimos. Pues bueno, Dios no me dio licencia, pregúntale en qué corrieron, si a patín o cómo. Ellos fueron esclavos de los gringos. Y los gringos, ¿verdad?, les daban órdenes a ellos que mataran a los Kikapú. Pero
Yeah,
cuando
Chrissy,
los
that's it.
negros vienen y encuentran a los Kikapú en la orilla de la frontera, hubo un niño, un Kikapú, que vio al jefe de los negros y les dijo, ¿verdad?, ya no nos maten. Entonces este negro fue conmovido y es como huyen juntos ellos. Pues vinieron cuando vinieron los negros macos. Y pues lo llevamos muy bien lo llevamos con los indios Kikapú.
Huh? What she just say? Say, it's one thing for somebody to be reading something for y'all. It's one thing for me to tell y'all something somebody said. But for y'all to hear it out this lady's mouth, man, she didn't say we were the Kickapoo. She said we got along with the, man, let me keep going.
Lo llevamos muy bien lo llevamos con los indios Kikapú. Yo aquí nací negra pura porque mi mamá era así como me ve a mí negra. Y todos sus hermanas y hermanos. Aquí nací, aquí me crié. Aquí me casé. Aquí enviudé y aquí estoy todavía gracias a mi Dios.
In May 2017, the governor of Coahuila, Rubén Moreira Valdez, signed a decree that recognized the Tribu de los Negros Mascobos as a pueblo indígena de Coahuila, or translated, an indigenous population of Coahuila. He said that he hopes the Mascobos can begin receiving funds from the Instituto Nacional de Pueblos Indígenas.
Yeah, man, you're gonna learn something fucking with me, man. My boy Jai, I see Jai want to come get some of this knowledge, man. What's happening?
Shalom, shalom, brother.
Shalom.
I wanted to come up. It's a good little topic that you got forward, that you brought forward. It's crazy because I try to speak out on it as much as I can when I come across the people that I come across. But it's like I said like this. What brought me up is because you just made me realize something, that you made me realize that integration is not new. Integration was not just brought to slavery with us, like with Americans, with America. Integration was not new. Integration was old, ancient. They did this like probably back, like really ancient, when the Caucasians came out the mountains, and like that really ancient, like old ancient.
You mean colonization?
Yeah, like back in, like I'm
bringing
talking
they
about the beginning of time.
bringing they customs and they beliefs and they DNA and mixing it with other people and trying to take over.
They found out that would be the make and break of the way that they can win and take over. That's the only way, was to integrate with us. So they found out. So that's what I'm saying. Like I just realized that's how it's been going. That's the reason why it's been so easy for Americans to. That's the reason why it seemed like. That's the reason why Americans been on top for this long, because they went back and they studied history for over and time and decades, and they seen what made it and what worked. Cause that's all that was. That's all that was. We lost time because so much time has overpassed. We gotta think. We keep saying 400 years. And 400 years, you know how many decades that is? That's a lot of decades. And
that's
10
a hell of
years
a
is a
head start.
decade. 10 years is a decade, brother. So it's kind of like there's a lot of decades pass over in 400 years. So within that time, you know how much stuff can get lost.
Facts.
So with American, to be on top this long, they had to go back that far just to study history, to keep it up. You know what I'm saying? And to keep it going this long. What I'm saying is like what we going through now is not new at all. It's been going on, and it's been going on for a long time. And I agree with you about the Hispanics. I going back to what I was saying. Um, I'm glad that you brought up the. I was just waiting for you to like bring that up, but I'm glad you did bring it up about the African tribes and it being African people on the borders um around Mexico and things of that nature because I try to tell them, man, like the white people, the Edomites, I don't like calling them white people. The
Right.
Edomites, they know more than what we do. So with that being said, they got Mexicans in cages. They got their daughters and kids in cages, putting walls up, making sure y'all can't come over here. If y'all do, y'all working for a little bit of nothing. So that means y'all second to us. If we all disappear, y'all gonna be the next niggas, basically. So what I'm saying is they basically us. So what I'm saying is we all one. But what changed it and you hit it on the nail when you said something about the Indians because I was going into that. I got a lot of Mexican friends, you know what I'm saying? I actually got one of the Mexican friends that I don't quite talk to him no more as we used to because he kind of fell off to the and it reminded me of how the Indians is because he looks more Indian to me like I mean not Indian as in overseas like Native American. He
No, I
looks
know what
more
you're
Native
saying. I
American
follow
to
you.
me.
I follow you.
So and he got with a white girl. So and it reminds me of the movie with the Indians. They cut off their hair and they get with these white women. They start being all, you know what I'm saying, these suits and ties. They start being like the white man. You know what I'm saying? So and with that being said, a lot of the Mexican culture it's all mixed in with white, black, and the Native Americans. The Native
You do know
Americans
they
was
used to
already.
be you do know they used to be classified as white, right? You do know they changed their
Indian.
classification, just like right now in some states they saying Chinese people are they consider them as white now.
Yeah, see, it's because of all the integration that they're doing, and even Chinese, even with the Buddha, the first that dude was black. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I really truly believe like everywhere was a black man on this earth until the Caucasians came out the mountains and started integration everywhere. And that's when they started making up the different species and different elements of people. And like that's just my belief. I believe that the black man was on this earth. There's only two races. There's only two races, black and white.
Yeah, I
There's
remember
there's
that.
like
Yeah.
I mean I'm just making it simple. I mean I'm saying I know colors is not a race, but I'm making it simple because that like I'm in a
Yeah,
simple class. Like
that's the way they made it.
yeah, I'm just making it. No, I'm making it simple because like there
Right.
can't be no Mexican, black, Hispanic, Chinese. Like then it gets too complicated. It's like okay, then how like it's more simplified. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta you gotta find the answers is out there like you said, bro. And you just gotta find it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want the answers and you gotta want to seek the knowledge. And I appreciate you for bringing it forward because even
What you
if we
just
all
said,
don't
what
have it
you
right,
just
we
talking
have a
about.
little bit to offer.
You see this handsome fella right here. When I was just looking, I cut the camera off. I didn't know my phone had failed. I cracked my screen. You see this handsome fella right here, y'all. You see this name right here, Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. That's who invented race, man. A white boy, no cap. Before this man right here invented race, it was no such thing as race. People respected people, or people looked at people by your region. 985J, what's happening? Page Tech. Hey, watch this. People looked at people. I would be Kimbo from Texas. You know what I'm saying? Or Kimbo from the United States. They didn't look at you like because of your color, because they knew back then everybody, most people had different color people in it. Bro, they understood all of that back then. There's just some new dumb shit they done threw on us. Bro, them people had all of that down. And so you mean to tell me you think in these ancient villages and tribes that everybody always was the same color. Like, bro, that's some dumb shit that they teach us. We got to understand on the continent of Africa, homie, they got every color in the spectrum, bro. They
Yeah,
got
we don't make the same. We make. That's what I'm saying. Like, I never said that we like everything is just totally black. Like, I'm not even
Oh,
just totally black
I ain't saying
myself.
that. No, I'm saying everything is totally black, but I'm saying black when you look at color, like just looking color wise, bro. A black woman can have two twins, and one of them will be damn near white, and the other
Albino,
one will be
and
dark and
one of them will
chocolate.
be one
That's
of
what
them will
I'm
be
just saying. We can have all them colors.
piss
That's why
cold
I'm just
black.
saying that color don't mean nothing to me. That dude made up race, bro. To me, that was one of the biggest hustles, like a motherfucker finding out you can make cocaine from the poppy seed. You know what I'm saying? One of those type of hustles. Then when he invented race, bro, now the whole world living by this shit, by this invention that he made. That's what got us fucked over. Race. They needed somebody to step on and shit. We got nominated in the race card. We ain't even get the we ain't invent the game, but we still got the shortest stick. Now that's fucked up. We didn't even want to play. We forced to play this game. We wasn't even invited or nothing, homie. Nigga got kidnapped in they sleep and brung over here. Just like the movies we be watching. The one with the Q, they kidnapped what's the Hunger Game? Not Hunger Game. What's the new one they got? The one was shot in China or whatever, or Korea. The one they keep playing all them games, eliminating each other. What's the name of it? Squid Game. Yeah, man. We got through in the Squid Game, King guys. We throwing the Squid Game and don't even know it. We think just because they let us wear Gucci and just because they let us, do what we want to do a little bit, we don't even realize we in the motherfucking game. That's cold, Jack.
You hear me?
That's cold.
They made these movies and these TV shows for a reason.
They ain't gonna let none of us win. That's the cold part. Like what the win is.
You sound like one of the kids on the playground. They ain't letting
one of us win.
Can y'all hear me?
For real, watch this. The game is rigged. When you start accepting this reality, man, that everything we know, even the arguments we have with people, with our mates and shit, our spouses, we arguing from the fucking Matrix. We arguing about some shit that if we knew who we were, it wouldn't even bother us. We trying to fit into the constraints of a society, bro, that ain't even ours.
Kimbo,
I don't know how many, George, for all this bullshit we got to see. I don't know how many of us got to keep killing each other. I don't know how many got to be for everybody to see this. Hey, man, we in a real life fucking Monopoly game, homie. And these people enjoying it because we enjoy losing. Long as we look good doing it. Well, that's some crazy shit. That's why it's certain names, bro, that I felt like important. Like I brought up Robert Smalls. I say maybe if the people knew about some of these people, these names, the shit that motivate me to keep going and want me to keep going more. Maybe if I share some of this shit with them, I had told myself one night, maybe with this shit, this is what all this shit about, man. By sharing information. People gonna get their fix of the bullshit, but they gonna get their fix of the good shit too, man. It's just all about timing, shit. Cause I had to pick it up it was a time I didn't know shit. So I don't knock nobody who brand new and don't know because it was a time I didn't know. I look at it like shit. It's good to start with somebody who has did some work and ain't just trying to mislead you and trying to sell you nothing. Cause
it's good to start. It's good to start. Long as we just start. That's the whole point, bro. Nobody knows it all. Said like everybody just long as we start. That's the thing. We just gotta want it. Like it's so many people with their heads in their clouds. Like my pops used to say, with your head up your ass, man. You just gotta want the knowledge. Like that's all it is. Like you want it. That's it. I want it. That's it. We ain't gotta know it all. Shit.
Right, man, bro. You know what I see a lot of time when I'm just walking around looking at people. I know we say zombies, but bro, I see a lot of people trying to hide who they are. Nigga, I like, this the way I look at it. Motherfucker, people be asking me why I don't wear glasses, because I don't need glasses. What I'm hiding my face for? I'm already wearing a hat. Bro, I see people, bro, I would see niggas with a do-rag on, with a hat on top of the do-rag. Then they'll have some shades on. Then they'll fuck around, have a scarf or something. Like bro, like we hiding from something, bro.
Yeah.
And I see the women, no disrespect, but sometimes like they want to, and ain't nothing wrong with glamming yourself up. I get that, but some of us need to learn how to like the way we came, man. Like, what's wrong with, like, I ain't saying don't get fly because they look good in their makeup and stuff, but do you like the person without the makeup? That's the question I be trying to have. Homie, do you like the nigga without the, because these niggas get these niggas wear them
chains and
not the chains, these niggas wear lace wigs too. They just cut it short now. These niggas be getting their shit put on their head too. So I be like, it ain't nothing wrong with doing all that stuff, but
yeah, but that shit.
How you feel about the person?
That shit like makeup for men too, though, because like when some of these niggas take off these shades and these hats and these jewelry, man, they look like a plain Jane nigga. Like,
be like, man,
I'm like, damn, you
like
ugly
that.
Nah, because I don't see how you get
if
hoes.
the personality not there, homie, it's like
I'm
at
like,
the end of
damn,
the
you
day,
ugly ass nigga. I don't see how you get hoes, bro. Like I'm just saying, like that could be makeup for men too, like the jewelry and shit.
It is,
but
in some instances, in some instances it is, bro. But some people actually got a good personality and they love themselves, bro. So ain't nothing wrong with liking those things. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people who trying to hide, who trying to cover up, like the people who don't want to be black, bro. That's why I put that. That's why I put in my picture in the title, say unapologetically black, bro. Because a lot of people, man, they're ashamed of being black, bro. I see it.
Big fact.
You know, bro, I'm in Texas, nigga. These people can't tell you which tribes is in Texas, but quick to tell you, man, my mama Cherokee, my mama this, my mama that. Motherfucker, what if I told you they wasn't ever even in Texas? So where did your mama get the DNA from? It were Indians here. At least find out, before you try to lie to me, find out the names of the tribes was in the area that you was in. Cause I'm gonna catch your bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a lot of people want to claim. I was just thinking about that not too long ago. I hate when people claim, "Oh, I'm this tribe. I'm Indian. I'm this." Man, if you're not getting paid for that, if you're not getting reparated for any of that, don't be claiming these people because you're not getting paid for it. They getting paid and they still getting paid. You know what I'm saying? They got paid, still getting paid. So if you're not Indian, you're not getting paid for it. You're not really Indian. You know what I'm saying? So,
true.
we the only people that ain't got paid for our,
we can hear
fuck ups, for
us
getting
I got
fucked
these
over.
AirPods in. I just had to make sure. I just had to make sure you could hear me. I tried it, but it wasn't working the first time. What's up?
Shalom, King guys.
What up, God? Peace.
My boy said,
I'm just jumping in.
Alaikum, brother.
You know, salam and all that. Good. You know?
Man, we up here being unapologetically black today, man.
I can dig that. That's how you're supposed to be. I just ran a live and I had that ticking at the bottom of the screen.
Unapologetically black.
Gotta be.
Okay.
Gotta be. Ain't no other way. But
man,
what y'all chopping it on?
I started out, man. I had showed them what is the Negro with John Henry Clark and Ossie Davis. And after that, I was going into some other shit. Oh, I had Robert Smalls.
By Mexico.
Nah, Robert Smalls. Mexicans. I got to Mexico. Now, first I did Robert Smalls.
No, I heard that part. I heard the Mexican part.
Yeah, I ran it down to him about Robert Smalls, and I tell him I feel like that's somebody we should all know that they weren't gonna never teach us about in school, especially in the South, because he stole a Southern steamboat with guns and all that shit on there, and took black family, his family, other slaves, and sailed that motherfucker right to Lincoln and joined them. They went and then went over
celebrating
there and
Black
became a
History Month, right?
Republican. Huh?
This is in celebration of Black History Month, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, another person we got to get into, right?
Who's
Carter G.
that?
Woodson,
Yes,
the
sir.
father of Black history. Come on now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I don't know
sir.
how many people. I don't know how many people know it wasn't Black History Month. It was
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
History
That's who
Week.
invented it.
It was Black History Week. They changed it to Black History Month. Just a gem for the conversation, at least.
Facts, facts.
You know, and that's why I reference Miseducation of the Negro and the Negro prior to 1861. Two great books, two great references, a great insight, man.
Right.
I'm glad to finally make a Kimbo stream. This man be
That-
live so
that's-
late.
man.
I seen it. I'm on. I was the
Already
first comment
appreciate it.
in here.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it. You know what I be touching on people is like, hey man, we got so much history that we didn't get in school. And you'll talk to people and they'll try to make you think that the little history, a little education that they got is what you're talking about. And if that's not what you're talking about, now you tripping because what they know, it gotta be right because that's what Master and them said. You know how stupid that shit sound to me, bro?
Big facts.
I know. I go through it. And that's why I always bring up the book Black Skin, White Mask.
That's why I'm like, like I tell people, bro, dig up, start with yourself. I tell people, make it a fun game. Start with your house. Then go with your grandma and them, your mom and them. Man, it's no telling who you might be related to of some substance.
Absolutely.
What if you knew that? What if you knew you were related to somebody that did great things? It might make you want to do great things. You might want to know all your family wasn't drug dealers and gang members and shit. What were they before that?
Man, that's kind of some of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, because shit, I just feel like I'm more important than what the white society make me feel like. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you. That's why I jumped in. You was speaking on Kimbo was asking, why do we do that? And it's for acceptance. We know better.
Yeah.
Most of us know better. Our grandparents knew better, even if they was ignorant. And maybe our grandparents were some coons. It could happen. Don't trip. But they knew better is the point. So the fact the knowledge is out there, the information itself, it could be found. They used to say the shit was hidden. They hid the knowledge from us. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They kept it from us for a little bit of time.
We
and then
didn't,
let us
we
have
didn't know
it. But by
how
that
to
time,
look.
we ain't want it. Right. And that was a great job on their part.
Or we didn't care. We were too busy trying to have fun and we were trying to be integrated.
Still don't care.
We didn't care.
Oh yeah, amalgamation of the mind. That's exactly what took place. You know, the parasitic nature of the beast. But this is King God speaking. I call them beasts. I call
You know
them
what's so funny about it? It was brothers with our same mindset back then that was trying to tell everybody,
Man, come on now.
no, don't do it. No, don't go. But you know, the media wasn't gonna let us hear from them. So the media gonna give you a Malcolm X, a Martin Luther King. No disrespect to them, because they did what they did with what they worked. They did what they had to work with. They did the best they could. But it's a lot of people that, man, media didn't dare tell us about. Trust me.
Absolutely.
And then with Malcolm, they only gave us the pieces they wanted to give us.
That's what everything. That's what all the science is. Only what they needed to give us, just enough where we will be satisfied and won't bitch and complain or stand up, but not enough to be powerful enough to stand up.
And you see, whenever they start going outside that rim, they start leaving. They start killing them. Once they start going too far from what they wanted, shit. Hey, you gone.
And it's usually by one of our own.
Yeah,
and that's
completely.
Well, you know, that's the war. Me and Kimbo, Pooh Black especially, is good on security. Well, if we're on war, you got to secure some shit, right? Don't you got to secure like
Big
advantage
facts.
points?
Well,
the biggest advantage point is the mind. That's the biggest vantage point. So that's the first place I'm gonna attack. That's the first place I'm gonna conquer.
You like a puppet on strings.
Over in there, exactly. So whatever's there, it's mine. So give me that mind. We're gonna give you enough to be happy. Yeah, we're gonna give you enough to be happy and satisfied. and we're gonna let y'all argue about who knows the most about a little bit of shit. Have at it.
Yeah, and like the master teacher you spoke of, Carter G. Wilson.
Come on now,
And
y'all got to
hey,
look
man,
into him.
watch this. Like he said, the way to free your black mind is through studying the history of your black people.
That's it.
Not what they give you in school. That's like, it's okay for what you got. Now you got to add to it. It's on you, bro. That shit is so crazy. You know how many people I know tell me that they're a Christian, but I ain't never read the Bible, or only reading when something bad going on, or when they're in jail, or granny's sick. Hey, man, I'm sick of it. I'm going to hell.
That's a good
If it's a hell below, I'm going to go, man.
That's a good example of it. Right?
It's just how we full of shit, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the kind of talk I'm into. Just keep it a bean. I say keep it a bean. We full of shit. We ignorant. It ain't just on us, of course. You know, it's always somebody out there. But they did this to us. Yeah, we know that part. We got to talk about our part because our part is the most significant part.
We keep falling for the shit. That's the problem. If you know, it's just like, man,
we need to be accepted, man. We got to be accepted.
Bro.
I don't want Master to get mad at me, man. I got a job.
I'm going to tell you some funny shit with social media, the way I peep how that shit goes, exactly what you just said. And I looked at a video earlier. If somebody else seen it, y'all might catch on. And I was like, damn. So buddy over here on this podcast now, getting interviewed. Then I thought about it, my little theory. So go back and see who actually owns it. And it's like half these people that playing like they bosses, even in this world, bro. We got studio podcasters. You don't understand what I'm saying? Like studio rappers. I didn't realize it, bro, with these people in every avenue that we try to put together. Somebody try to pull the strings. They try to put certain people in front of us, people pushing certain agendas. And we be thinking we got a choice. We be thinking, oh man, such and such is a real nigga, and he got millions of viewers. So if he interviewed that person, that means they're official. Hey man, that's the mind game they playing.
Sensationalism. Yeah, sensationalism.
Yeah, you gotta really watch them people and critique them and call bullshit when you hear it, man. But if you don't know history, you won't realize all they doing is pulling the old fucking play from the Dallas Cowboys when Tom Landry used to play, and they playing it on your ass because you didn't read, you didn't study the lesson.
Yeah,
that's
just
why
like they're supposed to.
Shit.
Just like they're supposed to. I don't never blame the enemy for being what the enemy is. I say that all the time. I do not blame him. He's supposed to do exactly what it's supposed to do, and we're supposed to do what we're supposed to do. We can't complain. That victim, that we got a bad habit of playing victim on a lot of shit.
Right.
I understand the psychology of it. I understand the origin and root of it, but that doesn't make it any less annoying. You know what I'm saying? It's out there. Nothing is hidden. You just ain't looking, or you ain't listening, because that little reality of bullshit that made you comfortable, anything that fuck with that, you throw up your defense. That's human nature. You about to burst my bubble of ignorance. Why would I let you do that? Why would I let you do that? Just saying, God. The game is easy. Individually, it's real easy to, start individually. That turns into a collective, but the individuals got to make up the collective. So get your shit together personally, internally.
Big facts. Big facts.
Know you're a dope motherfucker from the jump. All right, believe that first, right? Believe that. Now go look into it, and guarantee I'm right.
You're right, bro. It starts internally, bro.
First, they gotta believe. Watch this, bro. First, like this, is why I say look back, because a lot of us, we probably heard stories, or some of the stories, they were probably so horrific or so messed up that our people didn't even share them. You know what I'm saying? You know how shit get lost.
That's the shit we needed.
Huh?
That's what we needed. We needed to know.
Right. We needed that.
All of that. Yeah.
Right. We needed that. But watch this. I was saying if we were to go back, just say everybody on the chat and in the chat and on the panel was right now what to say. Hey man, I went and found out and looked, and half of us found out, man, my people used to own 200 acres in this place, or all like
No
damn, how did they
bullshit.
lose it?
No bullshit.
Right. Then we go look and find how did they lose it? And they lost it in a Harris auction. What's a Harris auction? Then you go find out how these people were fucking and playing our people out their land and all of this. And all our property that we had, like the video I put up earlier about in Dallas, like people talk about the bombings in Oklahoma, all this. Hey man, they bombed us in Dallas too. It happened all over the world, Philadelphia. Man, I could keep going.
Right.
They bombed all over this place when we were being too successful. So if you ask me, I think niggas scared that we're gonna get bombed again. That's why we decided to stay in the matrix and we ain't gonna make no noise and we'll stay in our place. Cause everybody wanna stay in their place, you ask me, man.
But look, Kimbo. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
say this the calmest way and the best way I can without saying too much.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people with the same equipment that American got now that has no problem with putting us underneath that wing. Just say that. So
yeah.
people just scared. So there's no reason.
I said that
no
the last show
reason.
and this show. Hey
People
man, the
scared,
world
bro.
waiting on us.
People just scared, bro. There's no
Watch
reason
this. The
to
world
stand
feel
up.
like, look, right
Bro,
now, look, everybody got an excuse. From the African to the fucking black people in Brazil or South America. Everybody got an excuse because, hey, man, did nobody get done bad as us? So if them niggas ain't tripping, why we gonna trip? If we trip, I guarantee you the world gonna fall in fucking line, man.
We would have no choice.
And then we ain't got to do it by fighting. We ain't got to do it by fighting. I keep telling y'all, there's other ways to do it. We ain't got to worry about no missiles. It ain't got to be not one shot
in the mind.
fired.
It starts in the mind. That's
man, play with their money, nigga. Play with their money.
Take your mind back, and then shit, we take the world back.
You see that niggas can ride on buses right now, like Rosa Parks, is because they play with their money. See, that was the whole moral of the story with Rosa Parks and that motherfucking bus company. When Negro
they shut down shit for her.
stopped riding buses, then they wanted to negotiate. Then they changed the rule. So everything we got a problem with, we stop supporting it, and then they gonna want to talk. It's just that fucking simple. And it don't take no nigga with no PhD. It take a nigga smoking weed on YouTube to tell you this, man. For real.
It really is.
It's just that simple, bro. All these great minds we got, super athletes, these millionaire ass niggas. Man, all them niggas care about is they fucking self. I don't care how good they talk on TV. Really, I don't care about us. Because they made it like they made it.
Financially, yeah, that's the best way to do it. Because we
they ain't gonna care if something happens to somebody in
their
their family, or you know, or they get that wake up call.
When you come from King,
then they want to come back home, King guy. They want to play the black card, like what's my homegirl did, Tasha K, how she did that speech. Like, hold on, when you start caring about all these subjects you speaking on now? Yeah, y'all people change when pressure get on them, man. That's when you find out who the fuck they really are. When everything good, everybody gonna be chippy in the motherfucker. Watch when shit go bad. That's when you gonna meet the real them.
That's why we ain't did shit. We ain't ready. We've been whipped into submission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't like to put the reflection on.
We just need some more, man. We need the majority.
But we don't like to put that reflection on ourselves, so, and that's what we got to do. That's the biggest part. That's one of the biggest parts as far as waking people up, if that's what you want to say. It's putting the mirror back on us. Nobody else. Nobody else. Don't put it on your so-called slave master. Don't put it on your boss at work. Don't put it on nothing. Put it on you and sit there with it. We're not ready for that, because we're going to see we feel with a lot of bitch assness in many ways. And there's a whole bunch of power under that bitch assness, but we still have to deal with that bitch assness.
Right.
We won't do it though. We'll
Well,
argue with each other to boost up this false self, this false ego. That's it. We'll kill each other because it's easier to do that than actually face fear because we cowards. That's all we are, man. Well, that's not all we are, but that's all we're showing ourselves to be. It ain't about who did what to you back then. It's about what the fuck going on now. Know your history, of course, but what are you doing right now? That's it.
yep, I totally agree with you,
The
bro.
matrix is so deep. I think for the average person, hell, they can't really tell. They don't even feel like they don't even realize they part in the matrix or they place in this shit. And it's hard. It's crazy when you see it and you be trying to tell other people like, bro, we still can have fun. We still could be us, but some of this stuff we need to cut out, man, because it's not cool.
Hey, you know what I'm noticing? And
Discipline.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hearing y'all say the Matrix a lot, and I usually used to say that, but I kind of veered off from saying it. But now I'm hearing y'all saying that, I'm starting to realize that the rest of the world, they start to notice and pick up on things faster than people in the United States actually do of our own business. Kind of like how people in jail know stuff on the streets before the streets know it. That's kind of how people on the outside of the United States is. They know what's going on in the United States before we do. Because I say that to say this because I started seeing like other people, like say Africa and other places, like knowing what's going on with Russia and the Ukraine and stuff, and with the United States trying to put their nose and shit.
They got they got the internet too, nigga.
Yeah, but not. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to see more of them recognize that type shit than people over here, than us over here. You know what I'm saying? So like it goes all in to say like how sleep and how zombified that we are over here and how comfortable Negroes and everybody just here, not just the Negroes but everybody, like how comfortable everybody is here in America to where you know what I'm saying, like shit can go on
I'm
underneath
laughing
our
at
nose without
mortician.
even worrying
Adam
about it.
stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you, but I reference the Matrix so much because of Sophia Stewart. You know who that is?
No, I'm not quite familiar with
Sophia
the name.
Stewart. That's the black lady who wrote the Matrix and Hollywood stole it from her.
Yeah. She sued him and she got paid for it too.
Yeah, she got paid for it. A black lady wrote that. So that
Very
amazing,
reason.
great movie about the sister, whatever it is, hey man, it came out of a black mind, the mind of a beautiful black woman. So when we say the Matrix, I know a lot of people be thinking white, this and that. Nah, man, a black lady wrote that. And that to me, that means a lot. She was thinking, I know what she was referring to. She was referring to us. Just turned it into a movie.
Yeah, I believe
Matrix
all the
is a
movies got secrets of them. Secrets in them.
timeline. It goes from Johnny Mnemonic to the Matrix to John Wick. It's a timeline. Right. But to build on top of, check that out. There's a storyline behind that. But to build on top of that, that was a great point as far as who the producer is. And we're speaking of the Matrix. Because when you look into your etymology, Matrix means the womb. And it is from the womb that we create. So it would make sense that the Matrix is from a black woman. On top of that, the Matrix is in our mind, which is the most potent creative aspect of ourselves. So the whole conversation about Matrix can get deeper. It can get way deeper.
Oh yeah. That's one of the ones right
So
there.
a black woman wrote that and she turned it into a movie?
Matrix.
So they only got so they only got white people playing in the Matrix though. Like the
Nigga,
main
have
parts,
you ever
but
seen
except for that all
any
black
movie
people,
about
right?
Egypt?
No.
Have you ever
Who
seen
was
the
the most
Egyptian
powerful
movie?
person in the Matrix? The
That
Oracle was the
black
most
man?
powerful person.
Right.
You got to dig the science, man. It's a science.
I
Shout
gotta
out
go
to the
back and
scientists.
watch it because I was little when I watched like I gotta
Right.
go back and watch that. They
Bro,
got a new one out
every
too,
time
huh?
you go back and watch a movie, I don't care if it's a comedy, man, you're gonna see some or you're gonna hear some that you didn't see or hear the first time. That's just, I don't know what it is about this shit.
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it. I know I used to watch it when I was younger and shit, but you know, I was younger, you know. But even though, like that's what I'm saying, like my life, I feel like he's been putting me around things for a purpose, and that's the reason why I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got a younger sister that, you know, she not here today, so I guess I'm here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's been like this my whole life, so. And like I just gotta go back and watch that. I know I missed some gems, but yeah, I'm gonna go back and check it out, man. Cause I'm caught on to it now.
It's full of white folks and all that good shit, but when you look at the movie once again, the most powerful person was the Oracle. Who was the Oracle? The black woman. More than just the Matrix. Like Kimbo said, they are speaking of you, but it's way deeper than just you. It's not the you that you would say is Kimbo Greedy.
They
It's
know
not the you that
everybody.
would say
They banking on the average person's not gonna comprehend or even think that far. They coming in for entertainment. They looking at the man. Look at the effect. Look at how he dodging them bullets. All that. They don't get it. You can show them a movie right now today with all of the science and information that they need. We won't be able to put it together because a lot of us ain't never even dabbled in it or tried to figure out nothing. We would know what we were looking at.
that zombie land. We gonna shout out to the scientists though.
Already, shout out to the scientists. That's crazy.
To the scientists.
Zombie. But it's cool though because we understand we ain't saying everybody's gonna be no 24-hour thing for nobody, man. It's sometimes it take years, months, or whatever for some people, but put in some time to learn, man. Just put some fat on your brain. That's all I'm saying, because it'll change your life. And if you got kids, it'll change your children's life. When your kids will be impressed to see you trying to learn something. You know what I'm saying? And giving them some of substance, something they can go to school with and realize, man, these people is lying to us. When your child,
that's the whole job of a
when your
parent.
child wake up to the shit, it's gonna amaze you. You're gonna realize, yes, I taught them how to perform or how to succeed in this society, this little realm we in. But hell, I want my children to be a little more special. I want them to know a little more than the others. I ain't saying hate nobody, but know that how special you are. Know which type of seed you come from. Don't let nobody tell you your life started with no fucking slavery. You got to be out your mind. And don't let them tell you that there was no white cracker broad and no white boy Ken and no Garden of Eden eating no damn apples and all that shit. We too grown for that shit. We too grown for fairy tales, man. For real.
I really believe that's the job of a parent, man.
You see how that works?
Like just how you said, how the kids should be proud of you learning things and of you getting new knowledge that you can teach to them. Like we shouldn't uphold that in the teachers and sending them to school and telling them that these teachers should be teaching you to teach you what you know to go out within this world and that should be it. Nah, that's the whole job of being a parent. You know
They only gonna teach you how to. They gonna teach you how to be a good citizen. That's their job. They want to teach you how to work for somebody, how to fill out an application. Maybe when you work for those people, when you go to class, this is the whole thing, bro. Write your name. Sit down. Shut up. Be quiet. Read. Be quiet some more. Sit down some more. Okay, time to change class. You can talk a little bit, but be back and sit down at a certain time, just like jail. Sit down, shut up, be quiet.
You can't forget rec time. You get rec time.
We just in second period right now. You gotta let them run around because you had them sitting down all that time. Bro, that's what it's our school is mostly about, making sure you know how to obey. The same way you raise a dog. You want to teach somebody when to talk, when not to talk, how to be a good worker. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be productive in society. That's why most millionaires did not finish high school. So Your education is only as good as you use it and as good as your damn connections is. Because we got people out here that got fucking rocket scientist degrees and ain't got no fucking job, homie. Education is only good as you can use it or will use it as good as your hustle. Because you got people out here that didn't go to school and got money like a motherfucker, creating businesses and doing everything else. So that's why I say it's on you. It ain't just on the color, because we all can, if material things is what we want. Hey, man, what the fuck is stopping you from getting it? Other than time. All of that shit that the white people got that you might like, the whatever, you can have it too. There ain't no rules no more say you can't have it. Shit, you can get all that shit too, but they're not gonna let you win the game and unless you and your people create your own fucking game. That's the only way they're gonna pay us attention. It's kind of like looking at the NFL.
Ooh, bro, I'm glad you just pointed that out.
Huh?
I gotta counter that. Because I believe I kind of agree with you on that, but I don't believe it's in them. I believe it's in us. I believe in.
That's what I'm saying in you. I'm saying you like personally. It's in you personally. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like say. I'm gonna use me for an example. Like say me. Like this is the reason why I learned. Like this is the reason why I don't cut my hair and why I have locks, is because and this is it goes to that story of
Samson. Didn't I just
I
tell you?
I heard you talk about it one night, Samson and Delilah.
But then I just tell you that with the hold on, you in advanced class, bro. I can't let you do it. Didn't I tell you we too old for fairy tales, bro?
No. I'm saying I'm getting to it. I'm saying like
no, I'm messing with you. Go ahead, bro. I'm messing with you because you talking about don't cut your hair. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm gonna get to the point. I'm saying I believe the reason why I give up not having as much as the white folks, or not being as having as much wealth as I should, is because I give up that for my knowledge, and it's like I'm a soldier for Yah. I'm a soldier for the higher power.
Okay,
now,
let me come back that my spiritual brother. Let me help you out right quick.
I look at it like,
I'm gonna save us some time.
That is how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like, hey, this is what you give up.
Hey, watch this. Most people, bro, watch this. Most people who aren't where they want to be in life always come up with a cute cliche to help them deal with their shortcomings. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm telling you, nigga, you don't have to live like that. Y'all already did his thing, didn't it? As they say, it's your turn. You supposed to be trying to be y'all, right? You're supposed to be living like that. You're supposed to say, I want to have a great experience on earth. That's just my point of view, bro. I get what
but I am having, but I am though.
But if you living for y'all, then I get that. Like if you want to live that religious life and all that, homie, I get that. So the other stuff wouldn't even apply to you.
Not, but okay, like what Bob Marley would say. Like Bob Marley would say, you can't tell me if I'm living life or not. I could be living life with just a penny and be like, well, at least I got a penny.
Watch this, bro. Watch this.
I got a penny, but I'm living life. I have no worries.
I get that. Watch this. If you okay with that, just like you got people living in the rainforest, don't have no phone, no hospitals, none of that, homie. But whoever they believe in, make sure that they done lived just as long as all of these books, these people that we wrote about, did nobody write about them because there wasn't nobody there to write. But these people are still now live right now in the Amazon and the rainforest. So, homie, I get that. So you don't understand what divine intervention is. You don't understand this shit is gonna happen anyway. I don't care who you put over it, homie. You can put whichever name, whichever brand, whichever tag. Because when you born, don't nobody stamp Jehovah Witness on your ass. Don't nobody stamp Christian, or don't nobody stamp Pentecostal. Don't nobody stamp Islam on people's ass, nigga. Those are choices people make. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
So that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's how they trick you. You fell for that trick, homie. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm gonna take it back to the beginning. I ain't knocking nobody for no religion, but if you're gonna be a soldier for y'all, the best thing for you to do is to be y'all like. You can't twist they shit. You got to rock with they shit if that's what you're doing. Hold they stuff down and live like they live. But no, I'm living in this century, homie. I'm being who I am now. I'm dealing with the shit from me, my mother, my grandmother, my great. I'm living with that reality. Fuck what y'all and them did.
But I didn't say. But you call them what you want. You call them God. You can call them whatever you want.
They did.
I call them Yah. I
Bro.
never said I was a part of a religion. Why do I have to be a part of a religion?
That is a religion. That's religious talk, bro. So who is Yah? Who is Yah you speak of, brother?
I just call him Yah.
How do you live for Yah? I said, how do you live for him?
I never put myself in a box of a religion.
No, I'm not saying you in no religion, but you said you living for Yah.
Yeah, exactly. I said Yah.
So what do you call living for Yah?
God. You might call him God. Some people call him Yahshua. Some people call him Jehovah Witness. Some people.
So what's wrong with living for you though, bro? So what if I told you that Yah you talking about was inside you, not in the sky, not nowhere else?
I'm living for me.
So what's wrong with living for you? This your life, homie. With the Yah you speak of gave it to you. So you supposed to be out here doing something amazing with it.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
Nah, for real, bro. Homie, this the fire that we needed lit up under our motherfucking ass, homie, when we was growing up, instead of blaming everything bad on the devil and everything good on Yah. And man, bro, that shit crippled us, homie. Look how old you are. Look how old you are.
I never put the blame on nobody. I always that's what I'm saying.
You up here playing a word, bro. I let you make it with this a lot, bro. You like to play word salads. Like, I have no problem with you saying shalom or none of that. But you saying shalom, now you saying Jah, all this, but then you tell us I'm not religious. Hey, do you understand how that confused somebody? It's like me sitting up here with y'all talking about suit whoop and taking the C off and putting the B on and talking about I'm not a blood.
But how does a tree grow from a seed? It has to come from something. Somebody has to stem from something. If I have to come from somewhere. Everything has to start from something.
Yeah,
everything has a base.
I'm not saying it's no problem. I'm saying the way that you give it to us, when you said Jah, you said you living for Jah. So when I start referencing you being Jah-like or living for, you tell me, nah, I'm not with that. So you see how that confused me? I didn't say it. I'm going out what you said. You said you was living for Jah. I didn't say you was religious, so I asked you what entails living for Jah. Maybe I'm getting it wrong. What is living for Jah, King God? How do you live for Jah, King God?
It's loving. What entails living for Jah is loving my people and loving myself for one, and getting to know myself so I can spread love and get to know and spread what needs to go in my community. That's what's living for Jah. Because if I wasn't living for Jah, I would be on the same reckless shit as everybody else. Because like I said before, I got problems just like anybody else. I've been through shit just like anybody else. My family been fucked over just like anybody else. I have reasons just like anybody else to go buy guns and have the same mentality as anybody else on these streets. But I'm here having to be the one to okay, why do I have to change the shit in my time? Why can't I be on the same reckless shit? And why do I have to spread love? You know what I'm saying? But I know somebody got to do it. If it don't stop, I always been the one to break cycles, my brother. If I don't break this cycle, I'm breaking myself, because that's what I do. I break cycles.
Right. I feel you.
So if I don't break this cycle, I'm breaking myself. So this is what living for Yah is, brother. You feel me? Because if I wasn't living for Yah, I'd be on the same reckless shit as everybody else. Because I lost people in this bullshit ass world too, over bullshit.
I think the question would be, why God instead of just saying God?
I don't know. I'm confused. I'll be trying to.
I
was trying to communicate. Like, I'm talking to him. If it was a Muslim up here or whoever, or somebody with some type of background, like he keeps stating to us, his background made him who he is. Bro, you shared your background with me. That's why I thought we was on the same page. You told me about when you was with those people upstate forgot where it was, and you tell me about all that. So you let me know that's how you kind of got into the religious stuff. I'm not knocking that. So when I said you should be being y'all like, now you explaining what being y'all like is. Where in the hell is the problem at then, homie? Do you understand where I'm coming from? When I said you should be being y'all like, now you just told me y'all like was all these great things. So where did I'm trying to figure out where did the disconnect come from? Because I asked
it ain't no it might not be no disconnect. I just get real
man, look at the
emotional when I
chat,
speak
man.
about
The
real
chat
shit,
is
bro.
confused,
Like,
man.
I just it wasn't no disconnect. I just get real emotional when I get heat, bro. When I get lit, bro. And maybe that's what I need to work on about
that man
Malcolm
went
X
out and
too,
say
bro.
he
I need to
wasn't
calm
religious and all that. I was like,
down.
where this come from? Like, hold on, man. I ain't bashing nobody's religion like that, man. Because if we want to take it, trust me, homie, I like you. When I do take somebody down that rabbit hole, I hope you ain't on this show, homie, because I got some shit. Trust me, you not ready for. If I wanted to fuck your day up, boy, I could do it with 3 minutes of information. For real. But I like you, so I'm gonna let you hold on to what's heavy enough for you. If that's what you rocking with, you my brother. I want you to have what works for you. What worked for me might not work for you. I'm not one of them people gonna tell everybody, you can't do this, you can't do that. All I'm asking, we having a conversation and you start speaking kind of in riddles. I'm just like, help me understand what you're talking about, because I might do it.
Yeah, much respect, man. Much respect. Like I ain't even try to, you know what I'm saying? Don't even try to take that no way. We all grown men up here. But hey, I just get heated and I need to learn how to calm my ass down too. You know what I'm saying? I need to take some Malcolm X class and shit. Cause that nigga,
fam, but hey, watch this, homie.
That nigga know he got some media.
Watch this. You might not like this because it's too much of a responsibility. But them stories they wrote about whatever you read, homie, they were already talking about you. Trust me. All this shit you talking about you don't want to do right now is you being stagnant, my nigga. You way greater than what you think, homie. Trust me. You can change a lot of shit. It might not be from my mindset. You might change it from your mindset. So don't let me deter you. I'm just trying to open your mind up a little bit, homie. For real. Now, you see, we told you ain't nothing wrong with you saying salam. So, you know, we were cool with that because we would have, if we was on some BS, but hey, man, get out of here with that, bro. We don't want to hear that. I'll be a damn fool. I don't care what your belief is. If you black, bro, you my brother. If you come from the same struggle as me, you my brother. I don't know what it is about these fucking European ass teachers they gave us, because niggas will fight you over that shit more than they'll fight you over something else, man. We worried the motherfucker, man. Like these teachers they gave us, but we hold on to this shit dearly. And I ain't never been like that. I guess that's why I look at it different. I always been kind of fucked up. I was one of them kids, when they said something about going to church on Easter, I hide my shoe one year. I can't find my shoe. Next year, I hide my pants. Yeah, I don't know why, bro. I always been one of them kind of kids.
There we go.
It was something about that shit, bro. I didn't want nothing to do with, because I was always a smart, wise, and I seen what was really going on. Some people that was in their church, they lived in my neighborhood. I watched them outside of church. I seen who was on crack, who was on drugs. See, I seen a different side of the shit. I seen the preacher coming through, picking up the young bras, or the dope fiend tricking with them, all that shit. So I got a different outlook on a lot of that stuff. I don't feel like no book can save nobody, because we were saving ourselves before they ever wrote a motherfucking book, homie. We supposed to be the most intelligent thing on earth, right? We supposed to be the most intelligent species on earth, but we need a book. Man, get the fuck out of here. Watch this, man. Do a deer or a motherfucking me, do a bear need a book to know he got to hibernate in the winter? Do a snake need a book to know he could swim and walk on land? Do a motherfucker, do a tiger need a book to know when he see a deer, this dinner time? Hey, man, them books is what be fucking us up sometime, homie. It's the interpretation of it, the comprehension that me and King Eyes always talking about, man. You can't just get a book and read it without studying the book. Trust me.
Can you hear me, Kimbo?
Studying them books, boy, they'll find out.
Damn. Crazy.
Like, oh, damn. They didn't know, man, this same book was People played these same games all around the world, and I just hate to see my people, bro. The way we fall for a lot of this shit ain't got nothing to do with us, man. And we'll
You
rip
can hear
it
me,
hard.
Kimbo?
We'll get loud. We'll yell, man, and yeah, I'll kill all you niggas. Hey, man, come on, man.
Job Biggs.
Learn our shit. Learn your shit. Learn our
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, I hear you.
That's the missing
you
piece.
said,
That's the missing
okay,
piece
cool.
of the puzzle. Learning our shit.
You said you're not religious?
No, I'm not
John
religious,
Biggs.
but I'm spiritual.
Okay, so I think that's where the miscommunication happened. I couldn't talk because my headphones was acting goofy, but I'm glad you could hear me. But I think that's where the miscommunication came, because I'm listening in, and you're using religious terminology, but saying you're not religious. So it's I think that was Kimbo's point.
Because
You see what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of people read the Bible, and that's how I can connect with them from and like bring them bring them to my world, but not all the way. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to just.
No, I can understand that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't
I'm
want to
just
just
saying
go
that's where the discord.
I don't want to just
That's
go
where the
foreign
discord
language
came from.
That's what I was telling. I was like, bro, I didn't
That's
bring it up.
the only thing. It was just the use of the religious terms, but then saying you're not religious. I think that's where the discord came, the miscommunication. So
right, that's all it was.
You know, y'all went all the way around the block, but that's pretty much what happened. You know, if you and I agree with what Kimbo said, if you're a religious person, that's what you are. I can't stop you from doing it, but when you say you're not religious and then say and use religious terms right after, it's like, wait a minute, you confused the hell out of me just now. Why not just say God? Because if I ask you why you don't say God,
but he's not gonna change.
But that's what I said. People call him whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, King God. And if you actually heard me from when I first started coming on to the shows and talking, when I said I've been to different churches, you just spoke on this just a while ago, Kimbo. How you know I been to the Mormon church and all this.
Right.
Like if I don't know who's all right and everybody's calling them all these names, you know what I'm saying? We have to start from somewhere to get somewhere to, you know what I'm saying? To get somewhere to go.
Hey, from now on, just read a book, homie. Don't go join everybody's stuff, bro.
Nah,
just read a book.
This ain't okay. I understand what you mean. I hear what you're saying.
Don't join. You can't join everybody cult, bro. I'm just giving you the I'm a little older than you, so I'm telling you I tried that, bro. All they gonna do is try to use you, homie. I hate to break it to you. In the words of Tupac, like his mama told him, "I finish your cure. Don't join these black groups, baby. They only gonna use you. You great by yourself."
No, I ain't click hopping. I ain't click hopping, but
I ain't talking about like that.
I did go just like you. No, Kimbo, brother, just like you traveled, I traveled too, and I went door to door. I went door to door with these Christians and with these
What y'all was doing when you went door to door? What did y'all do when y'all knocked on the doors?
Brother, just like you. So I can't agree with you like that. I can't let you.
No, I'm saying, what did y'all do when y'all knocked on the doors?
I just went door to door and I got my knowledge just like you, brother. You traveled.
I'm saying, what were they saying when they knocked on the door, bro? I'm just asking. Like when y'all knock on somebody's door, like what was the next process? Because I ain't never experienced this. You remember when we talked last time? I asked you respectfully. You remember I was interested when you was talking last time, right?
No, I'm not talking about no Mormon. I'm talking about I actually went door to door to get my knowledge. As in, you talking about the Christian.
Can I help you out right quick? Bro, the knowledge is not door to door. Like,
but okay, look, this is what you're saying. This is the reason why I'm trying to defend it. Because you basically said you basically made it sound like I'm click hopping. Like, no, I went basically door to door to go get my knowledge. Because who says what church is true? You can't get the real knowledge.
I wouldn't call that click. I call that searching for knowledge, bro. That's called knowledge.
You can barely hear the choir.
That's all it is.
I don't know how we got on click terms, bro. We were talking about black history and we got on this subject white church. We're not talking about click hopping. No, that's searching for knowledge, bro. What makes you come up with negative terms like that, bro? Why you couldn't just say searching for knowledge, right? Like, why did it come to mind? I know they taught you that.
Because you said you keep jumping from different groups. You can't keep going from these different groups.
So watch this. This is how you have selective listening. Did you just hear me say because I did that? I'm a little older than you, bro. I'm giving you a shortcut. So you stopped listening when I said that. I said I'm giving you a shortcut, bro. Those people ain't gonna do nothing but use you. You don't remember me saying all of that part after that? I'm telling you what I did. I didn't say you. I'm telling you, you can go get all the knowledge you want, bro, but you don't have to go door to door. You can read a book. The knowledge is in the books. I don't even know how to explain it to you, bro. I feel like I'm talking to a wall. That man said door to door. Bro, you were in the Mormon church, right?
I wouldn't talk about I wouldn't talk about literally door to door. It was
I'm saying that you acquired some knowledge.
I went to the different churches and I went to go learn about the church. I sat in the Catholic church sometimes. I sat in the Baptist church because I was raised in a Baptist church. I went to the Mormon church. I never knocked on nobody's door and tried teaching nobody. I never done that. I never.
So you went and studied it. You went and studied each of the religions. You went and studied religions. Absolutely. So what after you went through the religions, what was your conclusion?
Thank you.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not done.
Let me talk to him.
Like I'm a young man. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like I'm still learning. You feel me? Like I don't know if this is what people wanna hear, but Ja Biggs is a young man. You feel me? I just turned 25.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
It's the defense that get us.
Always waking up into myself, but you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been myself, you know, and this is the reason
do you
why
feel
I
like you need a religion?
Me. You get what I'm saying?
Do you feel like you need a religion? Because you're studying a lot of religion. Like there's a scientific method to everything. So what was your initial, thought? Are you looking to build with a religion, or are you just wanting to study religion?
That's just where I find myself going from.
Okay.
Hey,
okay, cool.
Because that's what I was born into. I was born into religion.
So you're studying religion. All right.
Was on a pulpit in a Christian church.
Okay, then I'd have to agree with Kimbo as well. All these religions are speaking about you. Study self, religion. Study spirit, study inner, you are spiritual. So I would agree with Kimbo on that perspective, but I understand studying religion because I study and I still study religion, all types of religion. But that's just one piece of the things to study. I think Kimbo's point is expand past religion. That religious perspective is old news. It's all about self at this point.
Ja, I have a couple of questions for you, man.
Absolutely.
I don't know if now I may be putting words in your mouth here, but you said you found Yah, correct? Or in a sense. Can you hear me?
Well, I don't think I said I found Yah. I said I'm living for Yah.
Living for Yah. Okay. So do you feel like you're still on a journey, or do you feel like you have completed your journey? You do?
Yes, sir. I think I'm still on a journey.
So here's my issue with kind of what you were saying. Because the approach you took was kind of like you had all four corners squared away, like you wasn't like you completed your journey, like growing your hair and I feel this way and I do this and I do that. So when you're proclaiming these things that I do this, I do that, you're
when you're standing on something.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like you're, in my opinion, that you feel like you've completed I don't know, a chapter maybe, or
yeah, that's the best way to put it. Yeah,
you see what I mean? So
because the book keeps writing, you got to keep writing that
exactly.
book. It never stops.
But why does he sound enlightening? Then he don't sound enlightened. He don't sound like, oh my God, it's such a good experience.
I wouldn't say enlightenment has a certain sound to it though.
Like he came out like kind of defense. That's what made trip me out. I'm like, Why, bro? Why is you so like?
Because
Hold
he's still
on,
on
like.
his journey.
And
He's
then when
still
he
on his journey.
explained it to me, he explained
I even
all good
explained it to him
things.
already. I'm not fully Malcolm X'd out yet. I need to take some more classes. I even said that.
Hey, ain't
No,
nothing wrong with
I
that
even
though.
said
And
that.
there ain't
I
nothing
told
wrong
you,
with
no,
that.
John. Hey, man, you like our little brother, bro. That's why we keeping it respectful.
Yeah,
You ain't
because
saying nothing wrong, and we
you,
ain't gonna say nothing wrong to you, bro. We just having
yeah,
a conversation. See,
yeah.
I was having school at first, right? So when you came on, I stopped everything, to rock with you. So this is where you led us. Trust me, I wasn't trying to take us here. Religion is the last
Right.
thing I want to talk about because you tell
Right,
me the religion that,
but
that,
At this
Kimbo,
that,
point,
that
we're not.
goddamn
At
me.
this point, we're not even speaking on religion anymore.
right,
Right,
but
we don't care
Kimbo,
about that
we're
shit.
just
We're
speaking
speaking on
on the frame.
yeah,
We're
yeah. There
speaking
we
on
go.
the frame before the picture, before the big picture. We're speaking on the frame. I'm
Right.
trying to get a
And who
sense of
we're
his
talking
frame.
to is another student, which is dope.
Right, exactly. So I'm just speaking on the frame. I'm trying to see where the frame, how solid the frame is, because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, when we're talking about religion and we want to hang this frame up, we want it kind of sturdy and because we're older, we kind of want things sturdy. And some of when we're young, we learn a chapter and all of a sudden we know everything.
Right.
So that's where we're coming from with it. It's not. It isn't. We're saying you're not into it or you're not with y'all.
It's not an attack
It's not an attack at all.
Right.
at all.
And when Kimbo was talking about the disconnect, it made him feel like, I'm assuming it made Kimbo feel like you was sturdy. Your frame was sturdy.
A moment of confusion. It was
Yeah,
just
a
a
moment of
miscommunication,
confusion.
really.
Yeah.
I think it is. I think it still is a little confused. But let me break it all up
Right,
down
right.
so I can let me
Wow, this is finna be
misconstrue it real
every
quick.
time you break something down. Hold on, let me sit down. I was standing up. All right, go ahead.
Not like I think it still is kind of confused. I'm not all the way religion based. Like my
Right.
name, Ja Biggs, what it stands for, Ja. Yeah, I kind of represented it off of Yah, but Biggs, I got Biggs, I got that from off of the Shadow movie. Cause I kind of looked at how Biggs was in the movie, and I was like, damn, that nigga look kind of like me. He kind of light skinned, got long dreads. Man, I can play him in the movie. So that's how I got my name. That's Ja
Okay.
Biggs. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
not like so. I'm not just all just religion based. Like yes, I'm. It's like a seed. Like I said, it has to start from somewhere. I just like to start from there. I think that gives me a better kickstart from starting from where I was born into, which is
Right.
Christianity, which is a slave born something that was here to keep us down in underneath the
So,
covers with
no.
the
So
covers over
it's the
our eyes.
difference
You
between
know what I'm saying?
Christianity and
So
the
I just
one that
thought it
you
was a
was
better
studying.
kickstart. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that I'm with no religious base or anything. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I've been learning more about this. I didn't even want it to stop at religion. Like I've been
No, you
over
should
this.
never
Like I
stop at
know
religion.
this is what break the black community. This is what keep us apart. There's
Right.
no religion that's gonna bring us together. We need to drop all this. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not. I don't want this to be misconstrued because this can't be on my name because this is not what I stand for. Because this is not the only
Understandable.
platform I speak on. You know what I'm saying?
Under
Like
under.
I stand
Hey,
for a lot more than this.
if you would
You know
look
what
in
I'm
the
saying?
mirror and say that, boy, it'll be a big change in your life. Look in the mirror
I
and say
stand
that.
for a lot more than this. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
with us, we gotta stop. We gotta stop letting religion and all this come between us because at the end of the day, the real soldiers gotta be out there when it's time to fight and when it's time to get down and dirty. Yes, this is a mind game, and yes, this is a war. This is a war on all forms, all platforms, and all forms. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta have
Okay.
soldiers in all ways,
Yeah.
no matter what it is. You gotta
Yeah.
have soldiers.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I understand we need to stop being divided over religion or stop fighting over different religions and things like that in order to come together. But see, when we do not know the full spectrum of the religion we come from, we have nothing to fight with. So we're literally, we're not literally, but we're figuratively slapboxing at this point.
Good way to put it.
So if we don't know the full basis of that religion, in full, in its totality, then we're just basically running in place. We're racing in a race, running in place. I mean, we're not really fighting. We were fighting over what we don't know, not what we do know.
Like, how is that going to benefit our black struggle? That's what I'm trying to figure
Exactly.
out. Because
Exactly.
we always had religion. We came out of slavery.
Yeah.
That was there.
Yeah.
But shit, that
I mean,
I'm sorry. That's just some feel good stuff, but that's not the
because
liberation.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Kimbo, at the end of the day, if I only know one chapter of the book, why I'm getting defensive over it. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not trying to make
Right.
fun of nobody or nothing, no shots or nothing, whatever you want to call it. But if I only know one chapter, I ain't finna defend it like I'm 20 years in this thing. You know, I ain't finna defend it like that.
Right.
Just keep studying, God.
Just keep studying.
That's what I would tell God. You know, keep studying.
You know,
Because
keep
I still
studying.
study religion, like I said, I still study it. Ain't nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. But don't limit your culture of life. That's the best way I can say it. Your culture of life. Do not circle around that. Keep building as the scientist. You know, religion is old news.
Another place where we go wrong, guys, is we'll go study something for a little while, get a little knowledge that something we ain't never heard is mind blowing. Next thing you know, we think we know everything about it.
I've done it myself.
Or watch this, or they
studies.
do this. They used to be gangster Christians. Now they go get them some other kind of knowledge. Now they become a black power gangster, or they become a whatever it is. They don't use the shit to help nobody, use it for good. They use it like, damn, I got one up on somebody, so let me beat up on them. That's why my whole stance is, hey man, you my brother, regardless of what you believe in. If we can spread together and we can build together, you my brother. But if your belief got you so messed up to where you feel like I don't mess with people that's not part of my belief system, that's the motherfuckers I don't want to be around.
Yeah, so that it's not saying you doing that, but at the end of the day, if you stood in front of Yah right now, could you have a full on conversation about the subject matter with him? That's the point.
I think like you misconstrued it, like you keep
No,
on
I'm
bringing
giving you.
Yah,
I'm
you
giving.
like
I'm not
you using
misconstruing it.
him
I'm
as a
giving you
He
the.
using your
him as a
terminology
footnote.
now,
I'm
John. He not switching it around.
I'm not switching it
He use
around
it
or
the way you
anything.
say it now.
I'm just looking at it from an angle as a new user.
Well, let's just leave Yah out of this. Let's leave Yah out of this because I said what living for
Right,
Yah
I'll
means
leave
to
y'all
me.
out of it. I'm just
We gonna
asking
leave
a
y'all alone. Let's
hypothetical.
talk about something else, y'all. Let's talk about something else.
Nah,
Yeah, man. I got a couple other
you
black
asked me
people
what Yah
like.
means to me, and I already said that. That could be
Okay, we trying to change the
differ
subject
from
now,
what it
bro.
means to any man.
We can change the subject. That's
We
fine.
trying to change the subject now.
I never, I don't know if you're directing it towards Kimbo. If I asked you what y'all mean to you, I don't think I asked it. I don't know who asked it, but I was saying,
She said
if you
mean
stood in
good,
front of y'all
peace.
today on your current knowledge, would you be able to have a full-on conversation with y'all about the current knowledge you have today compared to what is supposed to be the knowledge? Like if I was graded on my knowledge, Biggs, if I was graded on my knowledge and
I'm here
only
with
knew you know what I mean? If y'all graded me on my knowledge on the religion he created, and I just came in and I learned some, or I'm going to this religion, that religion, that
So
religion.
you looking through Yah's eyes, right?
I'm not.
So you telling me
I'm
you
not.
looking through Yah's eyes,
I'm
right?
looking I'm looking at a perspective from.
But see, you can't look through a perspective from Yah's eyes. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
This
I'm
is what
not
I'm
looking
saying.
from
Like
Yah's eyes. I'm not looking from Yah's eyes. I'm looking from of a perspective of trying to learn. Like, say if I'm a new user and I'm really trying to learn your religion or your background, and
I don't have a religion.
or your
You got a background.
your knowledge, the what you are studying, your knowledge on what you are studying. Say if I'm trying to learn that and I come to, let's say, quote unquote, Big's channel, the knowledge you have up to this date, up to recently, this point, what will I get out of it in order for me to teach someone else the same thing? Because if I'm only on chapter 1 and I'm still on my journey, how can I go somewhere else or try to defend something that I do
the
not
content
fully
that you the
understand?
content that you'll get on Job Big's channel. I'm glad you said that instead of bringing y'all into the mix. The content that you'll get on Job Big's channel is
Mhm.
content to learn to love your people, which is the black community, which is us, and to learn to know and get more information on us, because in order to learn something you got to know it, and you got to know the most of it.
Exactly. And that was
and
my
and to
point.
learn and
That
that's
was my
that's what
point.
you'll get on my channel. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
That's
mhm.
and really and truly, you don't really see no religious based things on my channel. Yes, I have some things on there saying that you shouldn't pick a religion. You should go if you have a religion. Yes, that's a good starting point, but don't let that be where you stop at. Let that be where you start at. Yes, and that's in my videos if you want to go check it out. I got a
Okay,
couple
I
of them
get it. You
posted.
know, express your options. We all do, and we have options. And that's understandable. You know, um, but and as far as you kind of claim that I was bringing Yah into it, but I wasn't bringing Yah into it in the direct sense of what you were thinking. I was bringing Yah into it as a hypothetical, asking you if you stood in front of Yah today and he gave you, if you guys, you and Yah were talking on the knowledge that is 100% of the knowledge that you're studying currently, would you be able to have a full-on conversation and understand Yah? That's all I was saying. I'm not saying that I'm bringing Yah into this and I'm just uh, projecting Yah into the situation. No, no, not at all. That wouldn't be that wouldn't be the case. It's more hypothetical than projecting.
I wouldn't be able to sit in front of nobody and have that conversation, because the knowledge that I got is all I'm like a sponge, and it's soaking all in. You have to sort it out. You can't just go to somebody with shit and be like, "Oh, here goes my research teacher, grade it up." No, you have to first analyze your information that you want to go seek out, and pick what's best for your presentation. Put in a sequence order to make a message to where it can get out in a fashion the way people can understand it, and jot it down to where they can understand it, and get
Nah.
it to where to they can teach it to somebody else. If you got it to
Hmm.
where somebody understand it and they can teach it to somebody else, that's a
Hmm.
that's a valid transportation. That's a valid
Translation, yeah.
presentation
Okay.
presentation that you can give to your teacher, that you can give to your teacher, then grade. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go to Yah or whoever, God or whatever, with
I got a
all this
question. I
information
got a
and be
question.
like, here,
Did
this
you
is what I
study? Did you
got.
study any
Do I
Black
got the right
history,
answer?
bro? Did you study any Black? Give us some of your Black history, man. That you know some good Black history facts you learned. So since it's Black history that we was talking about, let's try to get back on that a little bit.
Malcolm X, Malcolm X, he has a great temper, and to be a black man, you got to know how to have great etiquette and talking
Good
in the
shit.
public
Good
eye. You know
shit.
what I'm saying? You got to uphold that. You got to uphold that. You know what I'm saying? You got to pick up your nuts and just, you know what I'm saying, and give it and speak at a different etiquette. You know what I'm saying? And not let them win, because
Correct.
they win they win once you get your head, once you explode, they win.
Right.
There you
Right.
go.
Right.
There you
So
go.
so so here's the thing: when we ask the quote unquote tough questions, it's not to get at you. That was just our point. You know, I know you say you're working on it, and that's a good thing. Keep going, brother. I mean, all of us
Absolutely.
all
Keep
of us
going.
have, yeah, all of us have different things we're going through, and we have to work on. I mean, I'm not coming up here saying I'm just, I know it all, and and Biggs need to work on his whatever. You know, I'm not saying that.
Mm.
I'm not doing that. This is really a blessing that Kimbo Greedy can come on here and give us this opportunity to express ourselves. That's just
Absolutely.
that's
Shout
just
out to
really,
Kimbo for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
just
for
don't know,
sure.
man. Y'all do this all the time, man. Late night, 5, 4, 5 in the
Hey,
morning, man.
I'm up in here with you,
We be
bro.
getting it in, man.
No, you should
I
be able
love
to
it,
have
bro.
a
Hey, shit, I love it,
conversation.
bro.
I
Thank you.
mean, Biggs, indirectly, bro, you open up doors that
Absolutely.
that I take an interest in, you know, and that's what this thing is all about. We come in and we can open so many doors for each other mentally that we don't even realize it
It's
half
called a
the time.
build for a
Right.
reason.
Yeah.
This is what we do.
Yeah.
It's a build. But I got something for you, Kimbo.
Go ahead.
He asked the question, what can you give for Black History Month? Like I said, once again, look into Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black History Week, a month, Black History Week. Check this out. In the book, Miseducation of the Negro, there's some that I highlighted. This is what it says. A mind that remains in the present atmosphere never undergoes sufficient development to experience what is commonly known as thinking. No Negro thus submerged in the ghetto then will have a clear conception of the present status of his or her race or sufficient foresight to plan for the future. And he drifts so far toward compromise that he loses his moral compass and his moral courage. That's Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black History Month.
Compromise. That compromise word stood out to me so much, man. A lot of people compromising and they don't even realize it, man. Like, hey, I just go find me somewhere comfortable to lay down. I'm gonna lay down. As long as it's comfortable, I ain't tripping. Oh, y'all like me around here? Y'all accept me? It's cool. I ain't that guy, man. I'm sorry. Fuck that shit.
You know, because we don't, Biggs, we don't want you to go out there and you know, as we call each other family, man, we don't want our family going out there, you know, kind of blind leading the blind type of situation. You know, that's it's almost like going backwards.
It's
You
one
know?
of them things,
Nah,
bro.
yeah, I wouldn't want to lead
Like
nobody. That's the
everybody
reason why.
get it at their own time, bro. It's like all we
Right.
doing is dropping seeds. He gonna probably tell somebody, you know, not literally, but like, man, I was talking to these dudes, and man, they were saying this, or he might go look up something we saying, like Carter G. Woodson or Robert Small. Them stuff.
Definitely look into that.
Right, it's some stuff he might look into. A lot of times, like when we understand somebody else's material because we read some of it or know a little bit about it, but they don't understand where we coming from, that'd be the disconnect sometimes. So maybe if they were to look at some of the material, you know, like get caught up and you show them and show, hey man, this is what I'm talking about right here, instead of just be like, people be, oh, you wrong, you got that bullshit, leave that alone. No. Man, I don't mind walking with a brother, man. I get on this motherfucking pull up. Y'all see how I be on here a long time when I call myself doing my little teaching. I don't mind getting on here and reading some shit, pulling up some shit, some facts or whatever. Cause I feel like that's needed because we got so many people pulling the wool over people's eyes. And a lot of time we believe in stuff because we were taught to believe. Man, we grew up believing in Santa Claus, the Easter bunny. No, fuck an Easter bunny lay some eggs. Show me a bunny lay eggs. I mean, show me.
That's part of the dance, though, Kimbo. That's part of the dance. That's part of the evolution. That's part of the progress. It's when you're able to have a conversation without superimposing your belief system, your emotion, how they should operate, what they should do. That's when you're able to not do that and build with them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Because if we can get all
Because
the
if I come
problems
in
out
here
at
and
the
I say, you
beginning
know, fuck
without
religion, if I
emotion,
come in here and say, fuck religion, you dumb as fuck for doing some stupid shit like that, I guarantee his ears done cut off.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So as much as we want them to maybe know what we know, we got to know what they know on the base of how they know it through them. You know, that's why this conversation is important. You might disagree with the religious perspective. I definitely do. I make it known.
Right.
But the fact that that's his or hers or theirs, we got to understand it on the level they do. We know the hypnosis that comes with it. We know the manipulation that comes with it. But we don't know the manipulation and hypnosis effect that it has on this individual. Right. Once we do, now we can build. Because now I know who I'm talking to. Hold up. Okay. I understand it. I might not agree with it, but I understand it.
Yeah, we got to set the ingredients out before we cook.
That's it, man.
That's it.
So it wasn't much of an attack
some of it
on
may be
job.
spicy, some of it may be sweet.
That's it.
Shit,
Now,
I mean,
I only like going there because, like, I'm so deep with that shit. Like, I want to talk about. Okay, so which version of the book are you reading? Which book are you thinking? Okay, who owns the copyright to this book? Okay, who wrote this book? Who authorized this book to be wrote? Who are the actual scribemen? Who was the man who actually sat down? Who is Mark, Jacob, Peter, Paul? What's their last names? Everything. See, I'm gonna start asking people shit I know they can't answer. That's why I don't be wanting to go there, nigga. Tell me about what
that's
happened in
understandable.
325 AD. If a motherfucker trained any one of them, whatever, they can't tell me what happened 325 AD. They lost, homie.
Yeah, I get it, Kimbo.
I'm not just reading the book. I studied the book. That's why I'm saying.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
So I got a question. Since you said that, I got a question. Do you think, or do you believe a person can seek knowledge naturally without actually going on either a book or internet, like life can teach you?
Hey,
Yes.
I can answer that,
Yes.
Kimbo. I can answer that.
I just gave him the answer for minutes ago with the people in the Amazon jungle that have no books, no phones, no none of this shit we got. We pacified, homie.
It's simple. You follow them up your head, you're gonna learn.
Thank you.
That simple.
Mm-hmm.
Life is a
It's that
teacher.
simple.
So what do you think before we had books and stuff? How did all of those people survive? The people who built the pyramids, all of those ancient civilizations that came before they told us about Adam and Eve, because we know it was people on Earth way before that. The pre-Adamites, whatever you want to call them. So how were those people saving themselves? How were those people getting by? Who was saving them? You know what I'm saying? So it's all about your perception. You're gonna survive. You were born to survive. If you wasn't, you wouldn't have made it. Your ass wouldn't have been the sperm that made it to the egg and motherfucking me fertilized that made you. You here to survive, homie. You gotta believe that. You here to win the war. You here to help us win this fucked up matrix we in. I ain't saying I always say I ain't talking about stabbing nobody, shooting nobody, but reading we require information, homie. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's why I said call it. Don't say the way you said it, knocking on doors. I didn't think y'all were talking about door literally, homie. All I'm saying is call it seeking knowledge, because you can't. I couldn't speak on Mormons if I never learned to read about them, homie. I couldn't speak on Christianity if I never studied Christianity. That's what I was taking. I thought you were from that point of view.
That's a stop on the path of knowledge. You know, that's one of the stops.
We just keep
You're gonna
learning.
hit so many
never
different
stop
stops,
learning.
man.
Learn something every day, homie. Don't it just.
But I understood his perspective of what I understood everything he was saying. Every single thing he said, I understood it.
Hey man,
I understood some of the error in it, but I understood it.
Oh yeah,
man. I know where you're coming from though, big. I remember when I was 25, man. It life get kind of deep around that age, you know.
And I mean, bro, like I am young, bro, but I think big of myself. I think highly of myself, because like I think really I think I could have been so much worse off, bro. Like, and I know because I see
know you
what's
told us
around
that
me.
before. You overcame a lot, homie. And we
like,
salute
and
you
I
for
did
that.
it on my own, bro. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
I'm so proud of that, bro. Like even just graduating high school, bro. Like, bro, I didn't have to, bro, but I made it on my own, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
that's a one that I mean
Hey,
these
check
things,
this
man,
out,
they're
y'all.
wonderful
Watch
to
this.
you.
Hey, check this out. It's 9:30, right? Shit, man, we ain't got that long, man, for a trigger show, man. So I'm finna go
Trigger
get
man, tell him.
and we finna shalom our way off out of here. Shalom to everybody in the chat, man. We out of here, y'all. Appreciate y'all for coming in.
Hey,
alrighty, man.
bro. Appreciate
Shout out to everybody, man.
D Money, Kimbo, appreciate y'all, God.
Appreciate
Kimbo,
you.